right. Oh, what?
Never mind. Go for it.
We're
scuffed off the rip.
Alrighty, we are back with our third podcast.
Third one. Third time's a charm, they say.
Yes. And today we have a fun little idea we're gonna do. Basically, Rolling Stones just released a few days ago their top 50 games of all time. We have not seen this list at all, other than this one we're on right now. So we're just gonna kind of react to it. We're gonna put our input. The cool thing about me and Edwin, we play a lot of the same games, but we also play a lot of different games. So I'm curious to see how many games on this list between both of us that we haven't played. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to talk about. And
that's right. You want to just dive right in?
Yeah. So as we can see, number 50 is Animal Crossing: New Horizons on the Nintendo Switch. This immediately tells me this. I feel like this list is going to be a lot more trendsetter, I think.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know if I put this in top 50, but I don't know if I can name 50 games off the top of my head just right now. So we'll see where it goes. But
yeah, and from my opinion, because I played a lot of this game during COVID with my friends, but I personally don't think it's the best Animal Crossing. I think the 3DS version is a lot better. I think this game was as successful as it was just because when it came out.
100%.
Yeah, this game sold like 40 million copies, and I promise you, whenever that game comes out again on Switch 2, it's not going to do that. So, yeah,
it sold 40 million? No, it says 30 million. Over 30 million people bought the social simulation game in its first year on the market. That's crazy. I didn't know it was that crazy of a number. That's a big-ass number.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy. And again, this for like when it came out, I just think there's a lot of stuff that is kind of good. As of December 2024, this game has sold 46.45 million copies.
God dang, that's a lot of freaking copies.
Yeah, I think it's
most games don't even sell 10 million copies.
And I believe it's also the fastest selling game of all time in Japan. It actually took Pokemon's record away. So it was a big deal when it came out, and I literally got my mom to buy a Switch. She literally bought a Switch for this game. So
I'm sure she had some influence though, right?
Well, yeah.
She wasn't just like, hey, what's up with the Switch?
Yeah, the minute I saw it was on stock, I ran to the store and got her. But but again, good game. I have a lot of fond memories of this game. If we're gonna go trendsetter, we're gonna go like most impactful games. I do think this deserves to be on the list though. Yeah.
This game was definitely this game was a big COVID game. This was a lot of people's, I see right here in the language of the article, cozy game. There's not really an end game. You can kind of grind this game for forever, and there's just expansion after expansion in terms of how much you can develop your little island. And I remember a lot of fun times selling turnips, making all the big bucks. I remember one of the first times I even ever messed with selling turnips, I had a really, really expensive price, and I was like, oh my God. And then it wasn't until afterwards that I realized the scope of how rare that was. I was like, oh man, this would have been like, invite all your friends to the town worthy to come and sell turnips because you could all come up. But it was a lot of fun. I know that I've had some good memories playing this game for sure. So, shout out to Animal Crossing being number 50. Let's see where it goes from here. We ready for 49?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 49.
Ooh.
Hades 2020. Take it away, Randy. I've never played a second of this game. I couldn't even begin to say anything about it. I don't know anything about this game, literally.
I have played Hades. I actually beat it. I think I beat it last year. I was a little late to the party, but I heard so much good things about this game, and I loved every minute of it. I love the combat style. I love the art style. I love how it's a roguelike game, for those who don't know. So I love how it implements like what you keep, what you don't, and you just kind of get the strategy of like what are the best ways to power up your character. Great game. I know Hades 2's beta came out this year. I haven't touched that one, but Hades, a roguelike making it to Game of the Year like it did and made an impact. This was a
Game of the Year?
Yeah, it was a Game of the Year nominee.
Nominee? Oh, right.
Actually, right. Animal Crossing was too. So we have two 2020 Game of the Year nominees off the bat. It's kind of interesting.
Right, we're starting in 2020. Let's see if we go forward or backward.
Yeah. But Hades is a good game. Got really not much to say.
All right. right. The character looks kind of dope.
He's
I like
really...
sword characters that have a protagonist with a sword. I'm already in. So Hades, maybe one day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to 48. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. This is a freaking PlayStation game. Came out in 1997. This is widely regarded as one of the best, if not the best, Castlevania.
Never played Castlevania.
Game. I can't say that I'm a Castlevania savant by any stretch, but I've never played this game. I'm gonna just say that right now. I have not played this game, but I've heard this game come up in conversation over many gaming podcasts, over many hours of just exploring the internet. Castlevania is definitely special. I can't say much more about this game because I haven't played it, but I would bet that a lot of people would rate this a lot higher on an all-time list from the message that has been sent about it that's come across my periphery. So
I will say one thing. The music in this game is good. I only know that because a lot of the music from this game was put in Smash Brothers. So when they added Simon, so that's all I know.
Shout out.
All right, we reached one game we haven't played.
I know. Okay, so maybe we should keep mark of this. I'm gonna keep a little tally here. So far, one. All right, number 47. Oh my God! The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, number 47. This list is absolutely fucked. There's no way this is number 47. This should be way fucking higher. I love this game.
I've never beaten this game.
Oh my God!
To this day, I have not beaten. I've played this game a lot. I have never beaten it all the way through. I know how it ends. I've seen people play it. But I have never played this game. I know.
So good. This is the first real Zelda that I've played. I remember playing this as a kid. I swear, this is a little backstory. Not even kidding. This will pertain to just you and I, Randy. But I remember coming home from watching. I think it was I'm almost sure. I gotta check the years, but I swear I want to say watching the freaking Lion King in the theater. And then coming home and playing this. If the timeline isn't right for that, if Lion King didn't come out in 1992, then maybe I'm fucking misremembering that. Whatever. But I swear I went to the movies and I remember coming home and playing this, and I made when I came home that day, I made progress in the game, and that specific memory is what opened it all up for me. I was like, oh my God, I actually got past the part, and I started just grinding it out and playing A Link to the Past. This is a phenomenal game. This is. The fact that it's only number 47, for me, this is I don't know. I really like a lot of games, but this is a top 15 for sure. And there's several Zeldas in that top 15 slot, but goddamn, I can't believe this is this low. But we'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised, and this list is just gonna banger after banger. But oh my God, this is a 10 out of 10 game here.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing else to say but Link to the Past. I just know it's.
Oh.
A masterpiece. I know. I gotta play it. I know. Oh
my God.
Not proud of it. I'm not proud of it.
I know. I'm not proud of you for that either. Okay, we're moving on. Before I get more upset.
I don't know.
There's no way League of Legends is better than. I'm just gonna skip this entirely. I don't give a shit about League of Legends. I know there's probably a bazillion people that would disgrace me or would probably hate for me to say that, but. I'm sure this game is important. This is an important game because of what it's done in the online gaming and the MOBA community. But I haven't played a single freaking hour of this game. I haven't played a single second of this game.
Never played it.
Nor would I.
Actually, I think I played it like 5 seconds once, but I never.
Doesn't count. We gotta have a minimum of at least 10 seconds. Yeah. 5 seconds short. All right, we're moving on. League of Legends. Sorry, don't know you.
Oh my God.
I hate this list so much.
We can switch to the IGN one.
Fortnite. Oh man. Well, I don't know. Actually, Fortnite at 45 might not be terrible. I actually have had a lot of fun playing Fortnite.
I have too.
Don't play it these days. When the kids started getting really good at building, I was out of there. I could not compete. I was just, all right, boys. Salute. It's been fun. I'm out. I know that they've since added no build mode, which is the only way to play the game. If you're me.
Yeah, I mean, when I play, that's the only way I play.
This game has every character in like the in any game.
The best part about this, I always tell, I work with high school kids, and they all they talk about is Fortnite. Or actually, any kid I work with, they always talk about is Fortnite. And I always tell the kids, I'm like, the best part of Fortnite was my last job. I got paid to play Fortnite every Tuesday. Ever since then, I haven't played it since. Sick. So, but that being said, I did have a lot of fun when it did come out with my friends, when everybody was trying to figure out how to play the game. That was like a moment. I feel like people trying to figure out like what's the best way. But once people got really good at it, I didn't evolve with them, and I kind of fell out of it. And then they just started adding too much, in my opinion. It became a little bit overwhelming.
You know what? I've played it here and there. So I've actually played Fortnite across multiple years since it's been out. So I've probably played Fortnite every year since it's been released, at least a couple of sessions, just because I have friends that play it and they're like, jump on. I'm like, all right, let's go, just for the socialization part of it. And they've actually done a lot of cool shit in the game. There's been some stuff that I like playing, and this is actually pretty awesome. They've added like those, I don't know if it's like Attack on Titan, and I forget what those little hook shot things where you can like launch them and you just grapple and you start flying through the air, and that was a lot of fun. I don't know if those are still in the game or not, but there's been some cool stuff. Yeah. They've added cars. I think the skins is really what pulls people in a lot. And this game, one thing I will say about Fortnite is that it really did kind of revolutionize the streaming era. Like, I remember when Fortnite was hot, there was just so many streamers that came up. And I think that all those streamers that came up in that Fortnite era, those are the streamers that people remember as the face of streaming. You have like Ninja. Ninja's really the main one, but there's been a bunch. And I just know that I think Fortnite really put them on that platform to really have that mainstream dominance and really that mainstream effect on people, to where it really put video games on the map and made it to where people could make millions of dollars playing video games online. And that was kind of brought to the forefront by Fortnite, which is kind of interesting and cool too.
Yeah, I respect Fortnite. I don't have anything. When people tell me they play Fortnite, cool. I'm the same way. If friends tell me to join, then I'll be like, yeah, I can play a few matches. But is it better than Link to the Past?
I know that's my marker now. The fact that Link to the Past, every game now from that to the list, if it's not better, which I can't imagine many of them will be, to me, is already just kind of like, oh my god. That's why like Fortnite coming up is like, it's better than a Link to the Past. I don't know about that. All right, moving on. Number 44, Elden Ring. Oh my god, dude, this is breaking my heart, only because Elden Ring, in my opinion, is one of the greatest games of all time. For me, top 10, easy. This game, I've put so many hours into this game. I've beaten this game. I've beat every boss. I love Soulsborne games and that just relentless difficulty, but just the exploration in this game is so special. Randy, I keep telling you, dude, this is like adult Zelda, like Tears of the Kingdom, dude. I'm telling you, it's literally that, where you're just exploring, and the combat is so sick. That I think the part that gets people kind of thrown off a bit is the fact that that's really, really hard, and then kind of how you build your character, because these games don't tell you anything on really what to do. After you've played enough of these types of games, you kind of know, okay, like strength does this, dex does this, this is going to boost your health. You kind of know where to put points, but I think that whole system puts some players on the other side of the fence for this type of game, and I think that's why it's kind of a hit or miss for some. But this game in particular, I feel brought in. I feel like everybody got Elden Ring, and everybody played it, and they had insane reviews, both critically and with the general public. And I was just so stoked when playing through this game. Was such an awesome time. I loved playing this game, and I still haven't played Shadow of the Erdtree, which is the expansion that has, was recently nominated for Game of the Year, and I look forward to playing that. I know that's like a back pocket, insane amount of fun that's waiting to be had. But goddamn, this at 44. I don't know. This is even more of an atrocity than the Link to the Past being 47. I don't know. Any thoughts on this, Randy?
I just know people love this game. If I was a betting man, I would bet this would be at least in the top 20, just from what I hear and what people, and it's a fresher game. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like Link to the Past. Obviously, maybe the fandom has died, even though it hasn't. But Elden Ring, that's a fresh game that literally just got nominated, like you said, for Game of the Year for the DLC. So like, it's fresh on everybody's mind. Yeah, no, that's the first one. Caused the controversy. So, I'll play this game one day. I promise.
And I'll jump in your world and help you. That's the other thing too. Get it on PC so I can just join your world. I still have my yoked out character. You know, if you have a trouble with the boss, I'll go in there and it'll actually scale the boss to be more hardcore. But I'll whoop his ass and make sure you pass so you can get to the next part.
Here's the thing. What if it comes up for Switch 2?
If it comes out for Switch 2, I'll buy it again and play it fresh with you. Not even joking.
Okay.
This would be a great handheld game too.
There's a rumor going around that it's coming out to Switch 2 on like launch. I'm like,
this game runs phenomenal on the Steam Deck. It's a Steam Deck verified game, and I played a portion of this game on the freaking Steam Deck, and it was awesome. It was perfect.
Like, this is the game I would want
the whole time.
Yeah, this is a game I would love to play on handheld, like in bed.
Yeah, it's excellent. It's an excellent game, and for that reason too, I love that it's just accessible across the board.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what game is better than Elden Ring here. Going into number 43, we have Celeste. I know you've played this, Randy. I haven't played not a second. This already looks kind of whack to me. I'm turned off by this image here. I don't know what I'm looking at. This looks like the other side of the Arrowhead bottle. Go ahead. I'm just joking.
It doesn't look like that, but that's just like the end of the level like postcard you get.
Okay.
I love Celeste. In fact, if you follow this channel, I've literally made like 40 Celeste videos in the last like year. I love this game. Any way I can talk about it, whether it's like do a song spotlight or a review or something, I just like this game so much. I think it deserves to be on this list for sure. I think the platforming is perfection. I think it is my favorite indie game of all time. This is one of the few indie games that have ever been nominated for Game of the Year. The soundtrack is literally probably in my top 20. Everything about this game is perfect. I love the subtlety of the story, of how it deals with like depression and anxiety. But again, I've talked about this game a bunch already. I sound like a broken record. I feel like I've said those exact sentences to people the last like few months. So yeah, I just think it deserves to be here. It was better than Elden Ring. I don't know about that one, but
shout out. I mean, maybe it deserves to be 43. That's maybe that sounds like a good place for it. I just don't agree with maybe what's below, but hey.
Yeah. I think it's a good place for it. I think Elden Ring should be higher. But I think 43 for Celeste, I think, is a good benchmark. Actually, no, I would put Celeste higher. But
you're goddamn right.
Yeah.
All right. 42. Let's see.
Batman.
Oh, Batman Arkham City. Randy, have you played this game?
No. Actually, I have it on...
I have
it on Wii U.
This game is a banger. This is my favorite of the Arkham series. So if there's any other Arkham games above this, I would question it. This is blowing my mind that this game came out in 2011, dude. That sounds like so long ago. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but I guess it was on 360. This is a great game. This is like an open world Batman game.
Yeah, I've heard.
Think of like how the Spider-Man games on the PlayStation 4 and 5, where it's basically the same level of exploration, except you're a way cooler superhero. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but Batman's awesome. He's my favorite superhero. You know, it's dark, it's gritty. The combat's fun. You master the... Dude, I got so good at the combat at this game. It was just so fun to just fight thugs all day. Just beat the crap out of them. And they just gliding through the city is so sick. They have all the iconic Batman villains are in the game pretty much. And there's some cool puzzles in it. And the game is fantastic. This is the second game in the Arkham series. So Arkham Asylum is first. This is the sequel. And then it goes, I believe, Arkham Origins was 3. Arkham, I don't know. Maybe I'm confused. Yeah, I never played. This is the only one I've played. This one and Arkham Asylum. Both are good. This is better than Asylum to me, but this is a great game. I love this game. This is, this is jogging my memory because I'm thinking in my head, like when I see Elden Ring, I see Link to the Past. I'm thinking in my mind, how many games would I really put in my top 50 and where would they all fall? So it's like, damn, I probably wouldn't have pulled this out of my mind if I hadn't seen it come in front of me, but this is a great game, great memories. So shout out. I'm not going to disagree with the placement of this. This is a solid game.
Before we go forward, do we think Banjo's on this list?
Banjo should be on this list, actually. I like Banjo.
But do you think it's on this list?
If it is, I'll be surprised. I don't think it's on this list.
I don't think so either.
I know that I would bet Mario 64 is on this list though. See where that ends up. At 41. No.
I know.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah. Ooh.
Metroid Prime 2002. I'll be honest, I have not played any Metroid game.
Yeah. Actually, I think I talked about this one on the last podcast. This is the only Metroid Prime I beaten because it was on Switch. I remastered it for Switch. And it's fun. I totally get the hype. From what I hear, this one is the best one out of the trilogy. Which kind of makes me not want to play the rest. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was a fun adventure game. Very, Metroid in general is very spooky, very atmospheric. Looks fantastic on the Switch. Like, again, if I showed you screenshots of the Switch version, you'd be like, this isn't on Switch. Like, the people at Retro just know what they're doing. It's so clean.
This is like a Smash Brothers screenshot right here.
Yeah, I think it is. No, that's how good
is it from the game.
Yeah, that's how good the game looks. Phenomenal on Switch. It's so insane.
Just a white background.
Yeah.
This is all the graphical power on the Switch right here. It's like you can't put a background. It's just only Samus.
We put reflection on Samus' suit though, so it's okay. Yeah, no, it's a great game. I know people love it. I think people put. I wonder if Super Metroid's on this. People put this amongst like Super Metroid. So.
Yeah, no, I've heard a lot of great things about the Metroid Prime series and the fact that it's kind of underrated. I think we touched on this at the last podcast, but the game doesn't necessarily sell bonkers. But we'll see. We'll see when the Metroid Prime 3 is coming out, right? That's the one that's
4
finally coming out. 4? Okay,
yeah.
4. Yeah. So there's a trilogy and there's a 4th coming. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One you look forward to. All right. Anything else on Metroid Prime?
Nope.
All right. We're getting to number 40, which is.
You know what's so funny?
Chrono Trigger.
I was literally on my way to work today on my drive. I was literally thinking about this game. I've never played this game. And
I've never played this game either, and I feel like this is one of those PlayStation era games where I'm fucking myself up by not playing it because I've heard a lot of great things about this game.
I've heard so much great things. I literally have the soundtrack on my phone.
The music is sick. I've heard a lot of the songs from it. That's what I was going to say. Like I know I'd love this game just to hear the bangers that are like on the game itself.
I've heard like this, like I kind of know how the story goes, and I don't want to spoil it for like you or anyone, but like the story is legit like really cool. Like if I'm remembering correctly, like one day I'll play it. I'm honestly I know a few years I wanted to play it, and I was kind of banking on them making a remake for it, but that's never happened. So,
dude, we can get this on iOS. We can get this on our phones right now.
Yeah, this
Probably
thing. Look, this thing's not
$10.
even on like current consoles.
Damn, you're right. I'm sure you can get it on something. There's no way it's not.
PlayStation, Super Nintendo.
You can emulate this 100% on PC. I know for a fact.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you can't even it's not even a Steam game or anything.
Dang,
that's
weird. Chrono Trigger. Sorry, so that brings the total of games neither of us has played to 3.
3? Okay.
I believe, yeah. So 3.
One day we'll play Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And I didn't know that Akira Toriyama was the illustrator for this game. That is so dope. Shout out, dude.
It literally has everybody we love.
Salute.
Like it has this. I think it has some of the same
this
composers.
Is Goku right here.
Yeah, it has some of the same composers as like Final Fantasy.
Super Saiyan God form right here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, we're moving into the 30s now. Number 39.
Oh my god.
God of War 2018. This is down in 39. I thought this would be higher, to be honest. This is a banger. I'm a recent on the God of War. So I didn't play God of War on PS4. I waited until it came out on PC, and I played it on PC. So it didn't come out on PC until, I don't know, 2022, I want to say. It's been a while. And I remember playing it and thinking, I'm so hyped that the sequel's coming out kind of soon. Because the game was so good, and I swore that I was going to get it on PlayStation, but I never did. But I did play the sequel also. But this game is awesome. I love this game.
I love this game. I literally just started my sister playing this. She's starting this game for the first time. Yeah, this game. Not only when this game was announced, but when I got my hands on this game, it felt like a moment. Like being a 100%. God of War fan since like the original trilogy, like it felt earned. And this is just my perspective on it. I know a lot. I've talked to other God of War fans. They don't see it like this, but God of War, I think, was always looked as the bloody, the occasional naked girl, like, just a fun game you play, but no one took it serious. This game, I feel like, turned it around and became a serious game. It became a serious mascot for PlayStation. I had so many people who never even touched the original trilogy, nor do they want to or care to, but they love this one and its sequel. So I just love that the franchise that I loved always is being more serious. I love that the character of Kratos evolves in this game. And then I love the artistic vision. I've said it probably once here, but I love this game artistic vision of the whole game takes place in one camera angle. The game never pans out. The game never cuts. The camera moves with the whole game, and I think that's one of the coolest things in gaming. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't notice that off the rip. Someone mentioned that to me, and I'm like, wait, what? And the way they cut, like they'll find a way to like maybe like Kratos is hallucinating, like stuff like that. I just think super cool. I think the combat and the way the game took the series, I think, is awesome. I wonder if the sequel's on this list.
Oh, the sequel's so good too. Yeah, this game is good. This game is awesome. Yeah, this game, and for what it's worth too, the original mainline God of War games also all bangers. I love that whole trilogy. The third one was fantastic. That game was so good.
I love the third one so much.
Yeah, the third one. I think the third one really elevated everything, like graphically, like the puzzles were insane. The cinematic presentation of it was crazy. But then, yeah, obviously this God of War remake, the 2018 remake, it just elevated everything to like movie quality production, and yeah, the characters have a lot of depth to them. Atreus is cool. It brought like a human side to Kratos to where it really grounds him, and I think that's cool. It's people are mixed on that. I've heard various opinions on how they view Kratos kind of in that fatherly role, but I really like that development, and I think that Kratos is awesome, and I think Atreus is awesome too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just reading this little expert from the thing, it says, with 2018 soft reboot, God of War transcends its immature edgelord trappings to tell a complex story about fatherhood and loss, repositioning its angry psychopath of a lead, Kratos, so an older, more tragic figure coming to terms with his bloody past. That's a perfect way to sum it up, because I think going into this game, I was scared. I know a lot of people are kind of like, well, whatever, but I was scared that this was just gonna be a reboot. Like, this is a different Kratos.
It's not. It's the same Kratos.
This is a sequel to God of War 3, and like, he has to. It's awesome. So, and there's a moment. And
you don't really know that until a certain point in the game, which is really like makes it special.
I want to make a video on that moment one day, but like that moment, chills.
I know exactly what moment you're talking about. That was hype as hell. I was like, oh my god, let's go.
And that moment when this game came out, something happened in my life where I had to kind of stop playing it for a while. So I picked it up like 2-3 months after. And I didn't hear any spoilers. So when that moment came up, I'm like, how did I not hear about this? It was so hype.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Shout out God of War. That's a good game, and let's see, they're putting some good ones on here. Let's see what's next. Shadow of the Colossus. Have you played this, Randy?
I have not.
All right, that brings the count up to 4 games. I have not played this either. I know that a lot of people love this game. I've heard some good stuff about it, but I don't know that I'll ever play it. I feel like it's, I just kind of missed me. I really don't have enough knowledge even to think that I want to go back and play something like this. I think the fact that it's just only on PlayStation is also kind of a detriment to me. Yeah, no, even the remake. I heard the remake's excellent though. I was just hearing a podcast where they were talking about just some of the PlayStation hits, and they brought up this game, and they held it in high regard. So I thought it was really cool. But all right, not much to say about Shadow of the Colossus. So let's see what number 37 has in store for us. Uh-oh. What is this, Randy? You see Pikachu? Yellow. It is Pokemon Gold and Silver, 1999. All right, I'll start us off here, dude. I remember getting this game on the Game Boy Color when I was however year old I was in that game. I was still a kid. Yeah, 1999, and I remember just being so blown away by the day and night cycle. I thought that was so sick. We loaded up the game, and it was literally nighttime. I think it was a weekday. We went to Kmart. It's really aging me now. I went to Kmart, and my parents got me and my brother a copy. I think even my buddy Eli had come over or something. I feel like I remember playing in my room on my bunk bed. I'm on the top bunk, and then my brother's down, and then a couple friends were over. We had we had people playing this game, and we all loaded it up at nighttime. So we're going into the bushes and just nothing but hoots everywhere. I thought it was just so cool. But the day night cycle was so sick. This game, the fact that you get to cycle through the first 8 gyms, and then you go through the old 8 gym, the Kanto region 8 gyms. I thought that was so freaking dope. It's like 2 games in one.
That's something they still haven't done. I was gonna say that's something they still haven't done to this day.
I know,
which is crazy.
So we can't be doing Nintendo. That shit. That's too awesome. We gotta dial the awesome back. We gotta give you guys some scraps real quick.
I never
formula.
Yeah, I never played Gold and Silver when it came out like this. In fact, I don't know if you know this. I'm pretty sure I have your crystal.
Still? Oh my gosh!
That's a crystal. It's a crystal in a case somewhere. But I remember collecting these games as a kid. I just didn't have a Game Boy Color to play them on, so I just had them. I don't really have much to say about these. I have played these when they re-released them on 3DS. I played them all through. I think these games still hold up. I said this in a video a few months back, but I don't think Red and Blue hold up other than nostalgia purposes. I think Gold and Silver still hold up. That they're still extremely playable. They don't feel like they're sluggish.
Yeah. Agreed.
I think they're great. I think this game is a technical masterpiece. For those who don't know, this game wasn't gonna fit the Kanto region, but the late Satoru Iwata, president of Nintendo, he literally one night just kind of crammed it all on one disc, and he got it working. So this game shouldn't have happened, but it did, and yeah, I think Gold and Silver, them being sequels to Red and Blue is also something we don't see often in Pokemon in general. Obviously, there's new generations, but I just love that it's a continuation of what happened in Red and Blue. And I wish more Pokemon games did that because, this feels like the continuity is there. And, I guess spoiler for what, almost 30-year-old game, but like, at the end of the game, when you fight Red on Mount Silver, it is literally, I still think it's one of the most epic fights in Pokemon in the franchise.
That is so cool.
So
I'm fighting me.
Yeah,
that's me from
a
year ago or however long the gap was.
Yeah. So
what was the time difference? Like when did Red and Blue come out, and then when did this come out? Red and Blue was like in '98, right? So it's like the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, dude, this is prime Pokemon. Actually, this might be the. If there are no other Pokemon games on this list, I'm cool with Gold and Silver being the one because this game was really special, and I just remember so fondly so many epic moments, specifically in the Gold and Silver. I remember just the artwork being better. The fact that it's a Game Boy Color game, that's another thing too. People don't realize that the original Pokemon was just a Game Boy game, so it's all just black and white. The artwork, I feel like the pixel artwork on the original Red and Blue is absolute garbage compared to this game. They just up the way that they drew the characters, and they just look so much cooler. Shout out Pokemon
people. I honestly think this might be the only Pokemon game on here because people say, well, unless its remake is on here, but I don't think it will be. The people say the best Pokemon game is Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which is just straight up a remake of this game. And that's how good the game is. Like, it's just a remake of a Game Boy game in 1999.
The best of all time.
Yep.
Shout out. All right. Let's see what the old slot machine has in store for us at 36. We're going to slow roll this. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I don't think anybody hates this game. This game is absolutely sick. Dude, Randy is unapologetically a nightmare to play in this game. We had little parties at the house. He throws on the Smash Brothers, and none of us have a chance. This guy's just played so much. But I'm telling you right now, back in the 64 era, I was an unstoppable Ness on the 64. But yeah, no, Smash Bros. Ultimate, awesome game. This game had an insane roster. And I remember just as they were releasing the trailers for new characters, because they were releasing new characters for I feel like years, like over years. I thought that was always really cool. But
yeah,
go for it, Randy.
This game is on my top 10 games of all time. I just think it's
top 10.
Top 10. I love this game so much, not because it's just a good game in general, but I love that it brings so many franchises I love. So many franchises that they shouldn't even be in the same room together, but here they are. Banjo should not be smashing down with Cloud Strife with Sora watching. Like that's not something we deserve, but we have it. And it's not only that, but also just it's a fun party game. It's super easy. People know about it. People understand it. People don't play video games can pick up the controls and like, okay, I think I get it. It's just a well-crafted game. But not only that, I just love how much love is put into the game by its developer, Sakurai. Like being like, I'm never gonna be a game developer, nor do I have any interest in it. But looking at what he does, every detail, like it's super intriguing to me, and I just love this game, and I don't know. It's one of those games that's so good. It's just like, where do you go from here? And personally, when you ask me that, like, I don't want them to go anywhere. I think you just keep porting this game, and I think people will be satisfied for the long haul. And
yeah, I don't know what the next Smash Brothers will look like, and I don't know how it could ever be better. Like, it's just they put this in a bow tie and delivered a masterpiece with this game. This is unmistakably the best Smash Brothers and just an epic game. It's probably one of the best Nintendo games ever made, just in terms of legacy and the I remember, just the concept of Smash Brothers in itself. I feel like no other company could bring together such a memorable cast of characters. Obviously, the strong Nintendo cast is really the foundation of the roster, but this expands into PlayStation characters and even Xbox own characters. It's really like the true marriage of all those companies, and I think everybody supports this game, which is why it makes it so special.
What's awesome
from Tekken? I see it right here in the front. Is it Heihachi?
No, it's a newer.
Is it Jin?
No, it's.
I don't even remember that. That's crazy.
If I show you the amiibo, will you know?
Let me see.
Kuya? No. That's Street Fighter again?
I'll tell you exactly who it is. Oh, Kazuya.
Kazuya, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's in it.
Shout out.
Yeah. So I love this game. I can talk about this game forever. In fact, I have a video coming up that you guys haven't seen yet about it, but
this is a banger, 100%. Yeah. So all right, moving on to number 35. Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
All right, listen. I like this game. It's not better than Smash. But
I know, just in terms of like iconic, this was a hype game. I played the shit out of this game as a kid. This is one of like maybe 4 Genesis games I remember playing at all, and it was just great music. Sonic is just fun, great platforming, like going fast. Just have Tails up there flying around, and then you could just. I remember you can ride Tails and just go a little higher. And I remember little goofy things about that.
Yeah, I like Sonic too. I think all the Sonic trilogy plus Knuckles, they all kind of not blend together, but they're all very similar. So I think you could have put 2 or 3 on this. Yeah, I like Sonic too. I mean, it's Sonic.
Shout out. Yeah, I don't know. This is definitely not better than Smash Brothers. This is fucking goddamn better, not better than Elden Ring. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to balance, right? I mean, at the time, 1992, you go back in the time and really, I think they're maybe trying to balance the iconicness of some of these games and really trying to weigh all that out. So it's a hard task. So I get it.
I mean, it says it right there, but this is the game that kind of gave Mario a run for his money. So, like, this was
I don't know how. There's no shot that this is even close to the same tier as a Mario game for me. All right, let's jump into number 34. What do we got here? Slow roll here. Hollow Knight. Have you played this?
I have played Hollow Knight.
I have not played Hollow Knight.
You would like Hollow Knight. It's a very
I know that I would. I've heard some great things about this.
Very difficult game. Yeah, I like Hollow Knight. I'm gonna be honest. Hot take. I think it's overhyped. I think it's a good game. People act like it's the best game ever created. I personally don't think that, but it is a fun, cute game. The art style is beautiful, and that damn sequel's taking forever to come out. They announced that sequel like 5 years ago.
Is this game better than Shovel Knight?
No.
I love Shovel Knight. So is it similar? Is it like a platformer? I don't even know what this.
It's a platformer. It's a 2D platformer.
Oh, I would like this game. I might have to check this out.
This game, honestly,
this character looks cool, dude.
He is cool.
Ghost guy. What is he?
His movement, I will say, his movement in this game is really good. Like how he slices things, and it feels really good. It's a good game.
That sounds good. I might have to check this game out. Shout out Hollow Knight. All right, number 34. All right, let's move. Let's keep it moving here. 33. Let's slow.
What the?
No shot. I don't even know what this is. I know that this doesn't belong on the list though. This is Blake freaking Griffin holding a basketball, but NBA 2K11.
Okay,
This is I have to throw a sports game onto the list just to freaking please and appease people. But
hey, Edwin, did you know NBA 2K11 is better than Elden Ring?
I did not know that because that is a false statement, and I'm actually borderline about to walk off this podcast if we.
Next.
This is a hard next, so I'm gonna. That brings us up to 5. NBA 2K11. Yeah, I mean, if you're a sports fan out there watching this podcast, I mean, shout out to you.
Should we even count that? I played
NBA. You probably haven't even played this game. This is a freaking 14, 15-year-old NBA 2K game. Let's see what this says. I'm just going to read this. Okay.
I was about to say.
The NBA 2K franchise's popularity and ever-present cultural appeal belies its best-in-class sports gameplay. It's a game that real NBA players like the 76ers, Paul George, pick up when they're off the court, continually driving the competitive spirit, but remains accessible enough for everyone to enjoy whether or not they're good at basketball in real life. And while the series continues to be an annually released fixture of the industry, many fans consider the 2010 edition of the game to be its pinnacle, arriving at a time before endless microtransactions watered down the experience and featuring some of the strongest team mechanics and ball movement in the series. There's a reason that this version was adorned the image of Michael Jordan for multiple modes and box art. It's using the universal visage of the best basketball player of all time as shorthand for the best basketball game ever. This tells me nothing. I don't give a shit. This game is absolutely not a top 50 game of all time. I promise you that. No poll. If you were to just poll a bunch of people, just 1 million people, put your top 20 games. I don't know if this game would ever get listed one time. Maybe I'm just out of touch. I know that sports games are popular. I'm just talking out of my ass here. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, it sounds like it's the best game of all time because it was the calm before the storm, before microtransactions.
Oh my god, that's a terrible reason to just throw it on a list. Yeah, remember when sports games didn't have microtransactions? It was just pure gameplay.
I remember that. 33.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's 33. That's better than Elden Ring. That's better than Smash Brothers Ultimate. That's better than Zelda: A Link to the Past. Kill yourself. That's crazy.
Should we put it in front of Smash? While Smash Brothers has microtransactions, you have to pay for the DLC. Okay, 33 it is.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing it has. No payments. All right. Moving on, number 32. Ooh, a classic Miss Pac-Man. Oh, this is the better version. Miss Pac-Man is better than regular Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man, number 32. Again, you're gonna have to balance those. You have to balance those legacy games.
I think Pac-Man's iconic to be up here.
All I'm gonna say is that if Pac-Man's on here, then Tetris better also be on here because that's a way better game.
I'm gonna call it now. Tetris top 10.
It has to be
31.
Tetris is a masterclass of pure gameplay. It has to be in top 10 for sure. Miss Pac-Man though. There's some fun. You know what? Pac-Man is just so revolutionary. I've played slot machine versions of Pac-Man where you're competing against other players in Las Vegas. It's so fun. Like it was like the best version of Pac-Man ever is like when you're going head to head for money against other people playing Pac-Man and everybody's kind of watching and there's just drinks flowing. It's a lot of fun.
Have you seen that new Pac-Man game? I don't think it's even called Pac-Man. It's called Shadow Labyrinth.
It's called Pac Universe. No, I haven't played it or even really seen much of that, but this Pac-Man, for the arcade era, that's definitely an iconic one. You got your Pac-Man, you got your Donkey Kong, you got your Tetris.
After this podcast, I have to show you that new game. It looks insane. It's literally like a Hollow Knight, but Pac-Man's like your buddy. Like it's not even a Pac-Man game. Pac-Man's just in the game. It's really weird.
Oh, anyways. You know what? I have seen something about this. This is very, very new.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't look too much into it, but I remember seeing screenshots of something. And I was like, wait, what is this with Pac-Man?
I'm like, this isn't my game. And then I saw Pac-Man in it, and I'm like, all right, I'm in. Anyways, off topic. Topic for another day. But, all right, shout out to Miss Pac-Man.
Shout out to Miss Pac-Man. Let's go to number 31. Slow roll it.
I don't know what that is. Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike 1990. Dude, I remember playing this in high school. This is like the first-person shooter I ever played. And this was very iconic. This was like the first online game or the first you can play against somebody else that you actually know that's playing on not a split screen or not on the same box. This game was a lot of hype. I have some fond memories with Counter-Strike, specifically in computer literacy. I don't know if it was like intro to typing or intro to something, but I remember the hype spot to be during lunch back when I was in high school was in the computer lab playing Counter-Strike against 7 other fiends, and it was dope. I don't know if it's definitely better than NBA 2K11, but I don't know if it's better than a lot of other games, but it's definitely an important game, so I understand why it's here.
I've only played the sequel, so.
Yeah, the sequel's also pretty sick. It's a lot, very refined. So, shout out Counter-Strike. I don't know if there's much more to say about it, but should we jump to 30?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Slow roll.
Oh
no.
Wii Sports.
Wii Sports. The best-selling game of all time, right? Or it was for a while because it came bundled in with all the Wiis. Yep. This game, literally everybody's played this game.
This should be the only sports game on this list. for legacy's sake.
There you go. This actually is the only sports game that should be on this list. You guys wasted a slot by giving 2K11 you had Wii Sports in the pipeline. What are you doing? Yeah, don't forget about 2K11.
I love this game. This game's not that great in hindsight, but
it's really not. Yeah, this game. If you're comparing like just raw mechanics, you're gonna tell me this is better than Elden Ring. It just doesn't make any sense. But I guess it's important. It's an important game. It really brought the Wii into the spotlight, and the fact that it's so accessible to everybody really made it an important game. And there's been a lot of fun memories, I'm sure, and across many homes with this game. So the bowling was the best one.
Yeah, I remember playing this game with my grandma and grandpa, who's never touched a game controller in their life. But how do you play? Swing the bat, grandpa. Like, oh, okay. So very simple.
Accurate. I've seen people play where like they're just doing this in their freaking chair. They're not in stance. Like the motion sensor was probably complete nonsense, but it worked actually, in the sense that you could make a movement with the controller and it'll register something. So shout out.
I doubt it's going to be on here since Wii Sports kind of covers it, but the sequel to this game, I think, is one of the best games of all time. The sequel is. That's a dumb statement. You can go.
Of all time.
Yes.
Is it even on your list of top 50?
I think it's my top 20. It's in my top 25. For
no
sure.
shot.
It is literally so.
What
fun.
Even is it? Wii Sports Plus is that one?
Wii Sports Resort. This game has 5 games. Resort has like 17, and you have the Motion Plus, so everything's actually accurate. It's not like a waggle in your chair. It has archery. It has a great game. And honestly, every Wii Sports after that has been like, well, why isn't it Resort? Why isn't it Resort? Why isn't it Resort? So they've been fumbling ever since. But I doubt the sequel's on here. But shout out to the original.
Shout out. All right, Randy.
Also, shout out to Wii Play too. Wii Play was fun.
That's funny. All right, we're moving on to number 29. Slow rolling it.
Uncharted 2.
Uncharted 2 Among Thieves 2009. I know you're the Uncharted guy, Randy. I have not played any of the Uncharted games all the way through, and that is probably one of the biggest holes in my catalog. I know these games are fantastic. I've watched you play the ending of Uncharted 4, and that just looks so insane. And
I love that game. This game's amazing. Uncharted 2 is people's usual favorite game out of the 4. I think 4 is the best, but I think 2 is like literally like inches away from 4. 2 is definitely what defined the series.
1 wasn't good, and that's the thing. I remember watching one of my best friends play 1, and it's very different from the cinematic game that 2 through 4 is.
Yeah, when the Best Buy employee convinced my dad to buy a PS3 for a Blu-ray player, he also somehow convinced him to buy Uncharted 2. He's like, "Oh, your new TV you just got? You want to make sure that you get the best games. So this new Uncharted 2 game," and he bought it, and it literally blew my mind. Again, at this point, the PS3 was my first non-Nintendo console. So going from like Mario cartoon graphics and Pokemon, going to this, like it blew my mind. I'm like, oh my god, this is what games could be, and this genre of gaming is just something I've latched onto. And when I play games, I have such high bars because the Uncharted series, starting with 2, has just set the bar so high for me. It's given me like the article says, like it just feels like Indiana Jones. It feels like modern Indiana Jones. It doesn't feel like it's trying to copy Indiana Jones. It feels like it's trying to modernize,
improve the formula. Yeah, Indiana Jones is definitely that older character. He kind of has older stuff, older tech. This guy's a little more modern for sure.
And I just love the character Nathan Drake. I want to be Nathan Drake.
He seems like a cool dude.
He's so cool and funny, and I wear his necklace all the time. But yeah, I just
I want to be Nathan Drake.
I do want to be Nathan Drake. That guy's the man. There's an outfit he wears in Uncharted 4 that I kind of have. So every time I wear it, my sister would be like, "Are you trying to be him?" I'm like, "I know, it's just a coincidence." But in my head, I'm like, although if you guys want,
like, hell yeah, I'm trying to be him.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He's got a freaking assault rifle on his back, jumping over into the building, going towards the gunfire. This guy's a stud. Ain't nobody stopping that. Also, shout out to your dad. He's picked you up a couple of bangers. Uncharted 2. He picked you up the Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where that is. That's a banger.
Shout out to both of my parents. Both of my parents. They picked up a lot of games. Shout out to both of your parents. Yeah, they're giving me 100%. A lot of games that I never would have gotten, but they'll be in line at Kohl's and it'll be right there. Like, okay. So.
All right. Moving on to number 28. Let's slow roll. I was waiting for this. I knew it was coming. Hey, I'm glad it's not higher on the list because I'm sure that should be in your heart. Minecraft. Holy shit, who hasn't played Minecraft? This game is very special. This game is I think this game will be around longer than us. This game is going to be forever.
It's been on so many systems that they didn't even list all the systems. They're missing PS3, Xbox 360.
You're getting redundant.
Wii U.
This game can run on a TI-83.
I love Minecraft. I literally, Minecraft is so big in this world that literally the last 2 jobs I had were based around Minecraft. So that just shows you its reach and just in like normal people's lives. Minecraft, I mean, I don't know what else there is to say. And again, everybody's played Minecraft at one point. Everybody knows about Minecraft. If you have a kid, they probably play Minecraft. It's just the revolution that doesn't die. I personally can't believe it's still as popular as it is. I always tell the kids, I started playing it, me and my friend Nick, we started playing it in high school, and I never thought it would be a game ongoing for 10 plus years.
That's insane. This is probably the definition of a cozy game. This is like, I feel that as cozy as it gets. You can just chill, you can build stuff. I remember and you probably don't even know this about me, Randy, but like when this game was in, I played a lot of Minecraft. I remember we would, I'd make a room and, my buddies would jump in there. We'd all just kind of mess around or whatever. My favorite thing to do is like right off the start is like I'd find like a little mountain or something like that, and I'd dig like into the mountain, and then I would carve out like my base inside, and then I would like bury it back so that it'd be like a hidden room, and like I would always seal it up so that like, all right, nobody can find it, and it'd just be like right there. But I knew where it was the whole time. I'd mark it on the grid. I knew exactly what pixel I had to go to get back to it if I needed to.
Yeah.
But I just love doing that. I did that over and over. I did that I don't know how many times I did that. I just love doing that specifically.
My favorite thing about Minecraft every year is literally setting 2 weeks of my life aside just to play with friends, and it is me and my friends always get so excited when those 2 weeks come, and it's just nonstop laughter to the point where like my cheeks hurt because I'm just laughing so much. So many funny things happen, and the last few years I'm thankful that I got to record those moments. Now I just have them preserved. It's just like me and my friend, we often go look back on it. It's like, dude, remember when Hector did this, or remember when Max fell off this, or remember when Nick got and it just goes. It's just so.
When Max
so
fell
fun.
off this.
Yeah, we literally me and Max and Nick were literally just looking at an old Minecraft clip I posted earlier this year, and we were just laughing. Nice. Like it's just fun. I'm telling you, Edwin. Next time we do that 2 weeks, you have to join us.
I was just about to comment on the whole 2 weeks, and that's a lot of time for you're telling me you set aside 2 weeks from Minecraft, but you have not even tried NBA 2K11.
Actually, why would I have to? Minecraft's higher than that.
That's true. That's true. Well, at least that's a true statement. I agree with that. Ripped everything below it. Minecraft, what a special game. All right, slow rolling down to number 27. I like the slow roll. It's a new thing now. What is it?
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 4. Have you played this game, Randy?
I have not.
Have you played any Resident Evil games?
I played 5.
Oh my
6.
god, 5's like the worst one.
I
Actually,
know.
5's okay, but 6
No,
is worse than 5.
5's pretty bad.
That was the Dark Ages. So
Oh wait, no,
4,
not 6. I played 5 and 7. 7's the VR one, right?
oh yeah, 7's dope. I like 7.
Yeah, I played 7.
Resident Evil 4 is the pinnacle of the series. I remember
That's
playing
what
this
I've
for the first time on the GameCube, and this just brought it to a whole nother level. This Leon Kennedy, definitely the coolest of the protagonists amongst the Resident Evil series. Not so much Chris Redfield. I know a lot of Chris Redfield fans out there. I like Leon personally. Leon's cool. He's in Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4, and then also in 6 and possibly other things. But yeah, this game is really special. The remake, that's pretty recent. I think the remake is 2023.
I bought the remake last year. I haven't played it.
Dude, you could beat that game in a day. I'm not even kidding. You could beat that game in one day if you really wanted to. I have a buddy, Steven. This guy speed run the whole game like in a day and crush it. It's so fun. You could play this game over and over. There's cool little unlocks at New Game Plus, and you just get to absolutely become overpowered if you really want to. But the game isn't a very long game. It's a good length. It's not like so short that it's like, oh, that's over already. But it's definitely doesn't take a lot of time to actually check this game out and play it. It's I would definitely recommend the remake because it hits all the beats of the original, and it's just a lot more fluid. But the old one holds up if you wanted to check it out too. Shout out to Resident Evil 4. All right, shall we continue?
Mm-hmm.
We're almost at the halfway mark. Slow roll.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, dude. Mass Effect 2. This is the exact Mass Effect that should be on this list. I know you haven't played Mass Effect, but this is a game, Randy, you would be all over this game. There's so much lore. There's so much awesome shit to this game. This is really a one-of-a-kind game where you can carry your save file from the first Mass Effect into the second Mass Effect and even into the third Mass Effect and that trilogy. The choices you make in all of them have consequences. If someone there could be a character that dies in the first game and that affects the entire storyline of the second game and so on into the third, and it's just crazy. Mass Effect 2 specifically is absolutely the sickest of the three, though. 3 is epic. Actually, 3, I don't know. 3 is amazing, and 3 I think had a controversial wrapping up of the entire series, but I thought it was fine. I liked it. I thought the game had a solid ending, and they did a great job with this entire game series. But Mass Effect 2, very special, has an epic final mission, which I think there's some funny ass clips if you want to just look up, because the game can end in so many different ways. I don't know how many endings there theoretically could be, and I'm not going to spoil it in case you ever want to go back into this, but there's a lot of nuance to how you could end Mass Effect 2. And there's some funny ass ways too. So it's a really good game.
How's this game not ported yet?
It is. I thought it was, dude. Mass Effect Trilogy is ported. I want to say Mass Effect Trilogy is on Switch, dude. I'm not even kidding.
Huh.
Look that up. Verify that. I'm telling you, this game can be played on anything. And at the time, these graphics were insane. This game is fully voiced. This game has insane production. You can create your main character, who's Commander Shepard, but you can make him look however you want, or you can make him look just kind of like the box art if you want to just go with the default look. But awesome game, and you can be female Shepard too. You can if you're a girl and you want to play as a girl, that's also an option. Mass Effect is a very, very good game, and I don't know, like if they were to just completely remaster this game or do something, but this game is very special, and I feel like I'm sad that the Mass Effect genre has kind of fallen off a little bit with Andromeda, which is the one that followed the trilogy. I thought Andromeda was good, maybe because I just like Mass Effect so much, but critically it was received very poorly. I didn't think it was that bad, but what do I know? I haven't played NBA 2K11. I don't know if you have anything to say about Mass Effect or you know anything.
No, I just know people really like this game, specifically 2.
Dude,
I've also heard 2 is the best one.
2 is so good.
I was gonna actually,
if anything, you just watch this game. Honestly, it's so cinematic.
Yeah.
You probably just watch the major beats and just see what this game's about. It's so good.
I almost got 3 on Wii U, but I didn't.
The thing too is like there's what's called a Paragon or Renegade system. So depending on the choices and there's so many choices you can make throughout the game in the story, but like depending on the choices, if you make kind of dickheadish choices or less than heroic choices, you're it's like a karma meter, I guess, where it just kind of starts to shift towards renegade, and that has an effect on the back end with how your character like looks over time and all that. But there are some absolutely hilarious dialogue options in this game where you could just say some dickheadish things and it just makes me laugh so much. And so if you want a good laugh, just go ahead and YouTube Mass Effect Commander Shepard funniest lines or something like that, and you can get a glimpse of what I'm talking about. But I've watched a lot of those videos too, just because those weren't the choices that I picked in the game. I always try to be a good, have good karma and play the hero role. That's kind of how I play the game. But you could play it and be a dickhead, and it's just so funny. So shout out Mass Effect 2, number 26. All right, moving to the 25th slot, which is the halfway point. Slow roll it.
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley. So this is perfect. This is like a good combination. I know I've never played this, and I know you have. So
I love this. I love this game so much. Oh man, I actually went to a Stardew Valley concert last year now. Last year, I love this game. This game is the definition of a cozy game to me. A few years ago, me and my friend, we had a COVID scare, so we were both isolated to our rooms, and she was at her house, I was at mine, and we literally spent the 4 days of like making sure we didn't have COVID because we were waiting for a test to come back, and we didn't want to spread it to our families. And we literally played so much of this game, and to the point where like I almost platinumed it. I only need like 2 trophies in the game, and we always say one day we'll go back to it and finish. Yeah, I just love this game. I liked that. I liked the game before that interaction with that game, but those 4 days made me realize just how perfectly crafted this game is, and it was made by one dude, which is insane. When I went to the concert, when I went to the concert, one of my favorite lines he said, because he was at the concert we went to, and he said like he really wanted to develop a game. We really wanted to compose a game. He was a music composer. He really wanted to be a music composer, and no one would accept him. So he said, F it, I'm going to make my own game and then compose it. And that's literally how Stardew Valley came to be.
Can you imagine being that guy and then having a concert built around that? That must be like the greatest honor. I think that's so sick. That's a cool story.
Yeah. The music in this game is amazing. The characters in these games are amazing. I've played this game through like 4 times just so I can have different relationships with other townspeople. Like, it is so fun. I know a lot of my friends, we used to play this a lot, and then kind of when Animal Crossing came out, they kind of liked the Animal Crossing more, so they kind of fell out of this game. But this is a game I constantly play. This game's installed in my car, so even sometimes when I'm charging, I will play this game just freely. So it's just a great game, very cozy, and there's so many Easter eggs in this game, and it's just very well developed. And
I like this screenshot. This screenshot does look cozy. I like this aesthetic. It reminds me. You know what it reminds me a little bit of? The first when I seen this screenshot, it reminded me of
Harvest.
The 47th greatest game of all time.
Oh my god!
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I seen those hedges up top, and I just wanted to chop them with a sword. Is there like any kind of combat in this game, or do you fight things?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's called the mines, and that's where all the combat's at. So you upgrade your weapons, and you basically go through like a dungeon. Yeah.
You have a weapon, or what's your weapon? You have a sword?
You have a sword. There's so many random things in this game. Like there's there's a ring that shoots lasers. It's super fun.
Awesome. Okay.
Like making a world with someone. Again, I used to play it kind of by myself. It was fun, but when me and my friend, when we made a world together, like it really showed me like, dude, it's so like she would
you
go
can
like
make a world.
Yeah, it's like you make a world, and you can have up to 4 people live in like your farm. And then you go to town. Everybody has like daily. So basically, it's 4 months, and each month takes place in a season. And then like different things happen different days. Everybody has a schedule. Everybody has a birthday. They have events for like Christmas, and like everything happens. Everybody has a schedule, and they change throughout the years. So it's not like a recycled thing. Like on year 5, maybe this girl's going through something, or and then once you start dating one of the people, and there's so many scenarios. There's actually a scenario where you can date the whole town. And then the whole town like confronts you about it, like, "Hey, we know you're dating all of us." Like, it's super funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so the game is just so well crafted, and
that's cool. I'm sold actually. I'm glad that this game's on here. This game seems really
fun.
Neat.
It's super fun, and
Maybe I'll give this to Nicole. I think Nicole might like this.
Yeah, and again, like kind of just toy with it. It's like the game's like $15 everywhere, so like super cheap. And you can just start a world with her and then kind of leave whenever you want, and then she can kind of inherit the world. You can so my friend, she would do the crops. She was more the farmer. I would go fishing for money, because if you fish, you can get like really good loot. And then I would be the one that goes in the mines. So like there's a whole system to it. Or if you want to play it the wrong way, you can sell yourself out to like an Amazon-like company and be a corporate overlord. But I've never done that. But you can do that.
Become digital Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, it's really weird. You just kind of get everything for free.
What's the currency? Is it these little diamonds on this little picture?
No, it's just coins. It's just dollars. That's ore. In the picture.
Is that in the mines?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out Stardew Valley. This sounds like an interesting game. I'm definitely more interested in it than I was before I slow rolled this picture. So you did a good job of explaining it. All right. Next, but certainly not least, number 24.
Sims?
I swear to God, Randy, I was just thinking about this game right now. I was thinking I wonder if The Sims is on this list. Dude. All right. Have you played the original Sims?
I have, actually, at your old house with Valerie.
Yes, I do. Yeah. The Sims was a thing in my household. I remember coming home from middle school, and all my friends, that we'd come to my house after school, and all my friends had their own files. And I remember, dude, it got to the point where we were so fiendy for this game. One of my friends offered to pay me money to just level up and get him money on his file so that when he comes over and plays, it was weird. But yeah, The Sims, dude, this is a freaking PC game. We played this on PC, which was kind of funny because I remember just all gathering around the computer and trying to play.
I remember the computer in the corner of your parents' room.
Yeah, dude, that old white system that was in this crowded little bedroom. The bed took up the entire room, and there's that little corner with all kinds of clutter on it. Yeah, man. Oh, dude, memories. Sims is, dude, this game is 25 years old. That makes me feel so old. That's crazy.
This game was on GameCube?
Yeah, I've never played any of the console versions of this. I can't even imagine it being that good because you have to navigate with the mouse, and I feel like using a cursor on the controller would be a detriment. But yeah, this game, man, was a lot of fun. And I specifically remember the first DLC or expansion. You had to buy the CD and install it. I think it was called Hot Date, where it brought in like a bunch of romantic things where you can interact with the characters in the game. You're able to. You can form relationships with people that are walking by like in front of your house as you're just doing stuff, and you can just introduce yourself like, hey, what's up, and then let me call you later, and then you could just choose to call them, and then you want to hang out, and then it's all kinds of goofy shit. But you can make them get into the pool, and you can then go into the sell mode and sell the ladder so that they can't get out. They're not able to climb out and they just drown and die. Just a lot of weird goofy stuff. And I remember my favorite of the goofy things. So if anybody's played the original Sims, you'll remember the first expansion pack. If you guys got that far, this is probably maybe 1% of you, but you were able to get a magic lamp. You could buy a magic lamp, and you can summon a genie, and the genie would literally give you two options. And sometimes when you selected an option, so one was you could choose money or love, and if you chose love, then it would, and if you got the good outcome, which was random, this is all RNG, then someone who you had a relationship with would be maxed out social relationship with you, so then you could choose to romance them if you wanted to do that. Or alternatively, if you got the bad option, they would hate you, and it would be terrible. On the opposite end of that, if you chose money and you got the good option, you would get a pot of gold just summoned into your house that you could then go into the sell mode. You could sell it, and it was so fun. And if you got the bad option, just a bunch of bills would pop up on the floor, and you click on each one, pay bill, pay bill, pay bill. But you know what we did? We'd be save scumming on that bad boy. You know, if I got the good option, I got the pot of gold. Yes, sir. We're selling that bad boy and then moving on. Keep it going. We got those bills. We're not saving shit. We're closing that shit out. Get that game loaded back up, and then hit the RNG wheel again. So this was the way that we were able to accumulate a lot of money before we discovered that there's cheat codes in the game where you can you can literally just type in Rosebud and you get $1,000. Or then you can, or alternatively, to just get multiple thousands of dollars. I remember it was like a close parentheses, semicolon, close parentheses, some weird code where you just do it over and over and over and over, and then it would just give you a bunch of money. And that really broke the game. We were just able to build the sickest pads, and that's what it became about afterwards, where it's just accumulating money to bake the sickest house. So maybe that's a little long-winded for The Sims, but this game is a special game. I remember playing a lot of this as a kid, and this is cool that it's on there. I don't know if it's better than 2K11. What do you guys think? Leave your comments below.
Yeah, no, I just remember I've played The Sims throughout the years, like the newer ones, and I really don't remember. I feel like I haven't had much fun with them compared to when I played this with like Valerie, and I just felt like this one was a lot more. And I also think just the art style. I'm just a sucker for these old PC art styles. I just think there's more charm to it.
I'm looking at this screenshot, and I remember the game looking so much better. I don't know. Maybe it's just we have that lens from.
Yeah.
We remember things differently as younger people, and I'm looking at this screenshot. This looks absolutely cheeks. It doesn't look good at all, but it was a fun game. So shout out to The Sims. Shall we move on?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's slow roll number 23. What is it? Oh,
I have no idea.
Oh, I know what this is.
Tony Hawk.
This is an absolute banger. This is not the best Tony Hawk game at all. I mean, Tony Hawk 2 is better than Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Easy. But you've played this, right? You played the original Tony. You haven't played the original Tony Hawk? Have you played any Tony Hawk games?
I played 2.
Yeah, 2's better. 2's way better. 2, you introduced the manual where you can actually just extend combos and just by manualing and just getting into another ramp. This in Tony Hawk 1, your actual combos just had to be grinds and or air tricks, and as soon as you hit the ground, scores calculated. This game has an iconic soundtrack. I mean, everybody that's played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater remembers Superman by Goldfinger. Absolute banger to this day. This game was a very big game also. And this is blowing my mind. This came out before The Sims. I don't know why it seems like it came out afterwards, but maybe because there's just been so many iterations. But Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is an insane franchise. I'm a big fan of skateboarding in general. This was a very iconic game for me specifically because at this point in my life, I was a skateboarder. My friends were all skateboarders. We would rampage through the town and just skate everywhere. We would skate all the way down to neighboring cities, to the mall. That was our mode of transportation a lot of the time. And this game was it when we got back. So shout out Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I mean, this is a incredible game. I don't know if it's number 23, if I would put it in my top 50, but I would put it somewhere. I'd definitely put it in my top 50. Tony Hawk's, maybe not this version, but there's been many improvements to the franchise over time, and I hope they bring this game back at some point because I love playing this game. Anything to add?
Say on that, yeah.
All right. Let's slow roll. What are we looking at? I see a gun.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2007. This is the introduction of. This is the first game.
It's like modern Call of Duty. The beginning of modern Call of Duty.
This Call of Duty is the first. I want to say this is the first-person shooter to introduce sprinting, and also just this is the first iteration of what Call of Duty is still just a juggernaut of first-person shooters today. This is the foundation, and if you were to go back and load this up, and if you've played Call of Duties, which I'm sure many of you have, you would know exactly how to play this game. This game has that tight feeling gunplay, and oh my god, I played so much of this. I mean, I would say I'm seeing that there's not too many sequels. Some of the games that are on this list are sequels, but which is kind of confused me because there's no way that this is better than Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 is huge.
That's what I was thinking. I was just thinking that this list is definitely going by like legacy of like what began it.
Yeah, so that's true. Yeah, I'm thinking now that you mentioned for like Uncharted, that was really that is the better version than the first one. But yeah, so this game, I remember playing many hours of this. I remember playing on a big old 60-inch TV in my living room back in the 360 era and putting many hours into the original Modern Warfare. This game has an excellent campaign, and
I never played this one.
Rebooted. Have you played the original Modern Warfare or the remake of Modern Warfare?
I jumped in on 2.
Yeah, so
on Modern Warfare 2.
I mean, the remakes are excellent too. The campaigns have all been awesome. Like
wait, I did play the remake. It came with one of the Call of Duties a few years back, right?
What was that?
It came remake of it came with like Advanced Warfare or something. Yeah, I think it was like a double pack or something. I don't know.
Interesting.
But I do have it on PS4. I do remember having it. Anyways, yeah, I just know this is the beginning of the modern Call of Duty era.
Yep.
That we're still feeling the ramifications of it today. So, and people just like the Modern Warfare trilogy as a whole to begin with.
Too. Yeah, they've already remade this game's trilogy.
That's true. Yeah,
which is insane. But yeah, this is an excellent foundation. This is an iconic game. This definitely deserves to be on the list. In terms of maybe this is the right choice. You know, Modern Warfare 2, I think is way bigger and a better game, but this game really is a standout game in the series because it switched from a lot of those old World War II style games to now the modern era, and that was just like, holy shit, this is awesome.
This game was on Wii.
It's probably the worst version. All right, we're moving in. Number 21. Let's slow roll. Fallout 3.
All right, let me go get Max real quick.
Oh my gosh. Okay, have you played Fallout 3, Randy?
Yes. Well, I played parts of Fallout 3.
It's Fallout 4 the one that you played?
I beat in 4. I guess I played a lot of New Vegas, but I never beat 3 or New Vegas.
Okay, so now that I'm seeing this, there's no way that Skyrim isn't on this list. But I remember not really knowing much about Fallout as a series, and I remember buying this game. I'm not even joking. I can't remember the name. It was like at a music store, but they're not around anymore. I can't recall the name, but I remember going in there randomly with some coworkers back in 2008 around that time, and I remember saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna check out Fallout 3. I've heard some cool stuff about this game, and I just wanted to check it out." So I bought it, and then I popped it in, and I instantly realized I had a sense of familiarity because I had played Oblivion, which was an Elder Scrolls game, and this was basically that same format, but in a barren wasteland. It has guns, but I loved Oblivion, and I played so much Oblivion that when I realized that this is the same development team and there's a similar style, I was just sucked in. I played the entirety of Fallout 3, and I had so much fun doing it. The exploration in these types of open world games are so cool, and I remember coming across some of these cities, some of the super mutants, and just figuring out ways to kill them, and just getting better and better weapons and resources, and just stacking up. That's my stuff. Juicing up. Remember, if you guys watched the last podcast, you remember what I was talking about, juicing up. That's what I was doing in Fallout 3 in 2008. Juicing up. Getting the good stuff. Hoarding all my ammo. And just being yoked.
Yeah, I don't know. I was actually talking to Max about this earlier. I like the concept of Fallout. I like the idea. I like the lore. The games, though, I don't know. I just can never really get hard into it.
They've definitely deteriorated.
The lore interests me. The lore interests me so much, but yeah, I heard this one in New Vegas. Or people hate 4. I like 4.
Yeah, I like 4 too. But yeah, New Vegas was. Oh man, that's the one. I love New Vegas. New Vegas is sick. And for those of you guys who watch the show, you know where we're going. But yeah, Fallout 3 was definitely Shout out to the show for sure. The show's awesome. Fallout 3 is definitely the Fallout that put Fallout on the map. I mean, I've seen screenshots of Fallouts 1 and 2, and it's unrecognizable by comparison. It doesn't look the same at all, and this is really where it began. But there's been some hit or miss between then and now, so maybe the next Fallout game will be absolutely hype. And
I think it will be.
Oh, I'll be picking it up for sure.
Yeah, I think they have a lot riding on the next Fallout. So
coming off of the show and a lot of the goodwill that it's built up for sure. I'm also thinking like, okay, Halo's got to be on here too now. I'm starting to see. Okay, we're gonna get into the top 20. Where's my boy Master Chief?
We're on the good stuff now.
Where's my boy Master Chief? You know it's gonna be Halo.
Where's Mario?
2.
We haven't gotten one Mario game yet.
Haven't we? Oh no, we got Smash Brothers. Mario's got to be at the top. The cream rises to the top. All right.
But now I'm thinking there's only going to be one Mario game, not multiple.
Slow rolling. It better be freaking Mario World, dude, because that's the best Mario game. Oh, dude. Mario Kart 64. This game is the absolute shit. I love this game.
I called it into existence.
You can take this one if you want.
Yeah, I love Mario Kart 64. This is kind of a hot take for some people. I actually don't think it holds up as well as
it absolutely doesn't, dude. And it looks like cheeks too. Like this, like if you realize that the character's just in the center of the screen the entire time, and it's basically everything else moving around it. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the time, this was as good as it got. This is one of the games I remember. When we had 64 at home, and we got this game. Me and my brother played the shit out of this game, and I remember specifically the balloons mode, or the battle mode, on that pyramid level where there's the 4 pyramids and you're just going around. And I remember trying to claim one of the pyramids. You're not going to invade me, and we kind of had our own zones. And then once we juiced up on items, we try to infiltrate and get those red shells in and try to blast out your opponent. But yeah, Mario Kart's amazing.
I love this game. Other than Mario Kart 8, I think this game has the best soundtrack. I think this game's soundtrack is so catchy. A lot of tracks on this are so iconic. Actually, I have a video on this too. I haven't released. I love the Rainbow Road 64 in this game. I think it's the prettiest Rainbow Road we've ever gotten. I think the music in that Rainbow Road is majestically beautiful, and I just remember playing this game a lot. And I recently went back to it because they put it on Switch, and I was just like, wow, this doesn't really hold up as well as the.
I'm curious to play. I remember the Mario Kart I for sure spent the most time with was Mario Kart DS. I don't know if that holds any place in your heart, but that was the best.
People say that's the best one. People say that
one is so good. I remember playing that at people's houses, and we got so good at drifting. It was so fun. I remember, no joke. This is with adults too. This is I was already working, making my own money and whatnot, and we would go to my buddy Trevor's house, and it would be probably a group of 6 to 8 of us, and we would just link battle up with this. We would all just play Mario Kart for hours. Be midnight, 1 a.m. when we finally decided to call it, and just a lot of great memories with Mario Kart DS, and that game was awesome. I remember we would all want to pick Rob the Robot because for some reason I think he's the most bulky. He's able to just bitch everybody on the tracks. You're able, if you bump into Rob, you're gonna get absolutely slammed to the side of the map, and you get jacked up. But that was a lot of fun. Shout out to Mario Kart in general. This is probably the foundation, kind of like what we've been saying, where it really kind of put Mario Kart on the map for real. I played the N64 game. I remember the Super Nintendo version a lot with my dad back in the day. We played balloons and battle mode a lot, and that was a little bit of our thing. So that version is special to me as well. But 64 was really the dawn of the multiplayer era, and a lot of fun. So, all right, Mario Kart number 20. I don't know if it's the Mario game we're looking for, but let's continue. Before we continue, what's the best Mario game, Randy?
Of all time?
Yeah, for you. Let's say Sunshine or weird shit. But what's the best
it would be between. It would be. I think it's 64. 64 is my second favorite game of all time.
Well,
Mario Galaxy 2 is number 9 on my list, I think.
Damn. All right, we'll see if Galaxy makes the list. Number 19. Oh, this is World of Warcraft.
What's that?
Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know. I thought it was a World of Warcraft character. I have not played this. Have you played? You have played this.
I have. I've never beaten it, but yeah, I played it. I played with my friend for a while, and I had fun with it. It was definitely more of a bonding game I had with her, but she loves this game. She was there with me when it won Game of the Year, so she definitely gloated that it beat Zelda. But yeah, I think it's fun. I think I like I don't know. I'm just not a Dungeons and Dragon guy, so a lot of it's adapted from that. So I don't really have much to say about it.
I will say that Dungeons and Dragons is an iconic game that's been played from before we were even born, and I think that it is pretty cool. This game has a great story, a great comeback story. From what I've read, the developers put such love and care into developing this to where they really just did everything, and they really took their time and made sure that the game was special, and it was just so well received from everybody that I'm not even mad that it won Game of the Year and got all the praise that it did. I think that it's deserved. Haven't played the game. I probably won't play the game, but it is the story behind it. I think is cool. So I mean, shout out Baldur's
And
Gate.
again, I don't think I would ever have played it either if she didn't really kind of convince me to. But it did make for some funny content, so for that I respect it.
Nice. All right, let's move into number 18. Slow roll it all the way down here. Oh my god, dude! You're telling me that whatever this is a Madden game. Oh my, 2004. This is the pinnacle of Madden. This is as good as it gets, dude. This guy looks like a fucking pixel man. You're telling me this? I don't have a damn thing to say. This is going to bring our total up to 6 games that we have not played.
This is no way better than NBA 2K11 or whatever it was.
They're both neither of which belong on this top 50, but I'm surprised that this is so high up. You're telling me this is better than Uncharted 2. This is better than God of War 2018. I mean, I guess I gotta stop framing it in that way. But then that's what it's telling. That's what this list is saying, right? This game is better than all the games before it because this is number 18 on a top 50 list. Madden NFL 2004 on a PlayStation 2, Xbox game. I mean, I'm sure I don't want to shit on any sports fans out there that have awesome memories. These sports games are huge. I think that we're in this minority of, maybe core gamers who play a lot more or a different variety of games entirely, and there are a lot of people that have consoles just to play sports games. So, I mean, I get it. I get that there's roots and there's foundation in these types of games, but with that said, there ain't shit about Madden 2004 that is better than anything on this list. So I'm gonna just keep moving unless you have something to say about it.
Nope.
All right, next. Oh, kind of went too fast. Slow rolling. What is this? Diablo. Have you played Diablo 2?
Nope. I played only. What's the newest one?
Diablo 4.
I played 3.
I've only played 4.
I only played 3 on Switch.
Okay, so this is technically brings us up to 7, but we have some experience with Diablo. With that said, Diablo 4 is sick. I freaking love Diablo 4. I played a lot of Diablo 4, and I plan on going back and playing more because it is a good game, and I'm sure this is where it all started. Diablo 2 was remade, I believe. 2.
I was surprised how much I liked 3. I think I got that game on a Switch sale. I'm like, whatever, I'll buy it. And
it's on Switch?
It's a great Switch port too. I remember in between classes in college, I would just play them. It was awesome.
Diablo is definitely a solid game. I'm not going to shit on it at all. It's 100% better than the game before it on Madden 2004. So, I mean, shout out to grindy RPGs, man. These games are grindy as hell. I don't know if Diablo 2's path or trajectory is really as grindy as 4, but I mean, there's something satisfying about just slaying tons of enemies and just killing mobs and just seeing numbers pop up on the screen. I love the numbers. That's like a dopamine rush. You see these fat million HP hits that you're doing on some of these bosses, and it's just satisfying. Like, yes, I'm so strong. You're juiced up.
Games that have like numbers like that is honestly the most satisfying game.
I don't know what it is. There's something in our
we like big numbers.
Something in our minds that we just like to see numbers. I want to see the numbies pop up. You know what I'm saying? Give me the numbies.
And there's RPGs out there that do like your one swing does like 5 million damage. You're like, 5 million.
That's exactly what I was saying. Let me see 6 million now. It's just an endless grind. Nothing's ever enough. So I mean, I'm sure this is where it all started. I don't know what Diablo 1 looked like, but I know that they, like I said, I'm almost sure that they remade Diablo 2. And I'm sure it's awesome. So with that said, all right, we're getting into it now. We're moving to number 16, Randy. There's a lot of games that I haven't seen yet. They better be on here. I'm gonna rage out.
Banjo.
Let's see.
Oh, there's.
Red Dead Redemption 2. You have not played this, right?
I played probably like 7 hours of it.
God
But I
damn.
never
This
beat it.
game is a fucking 10 out of 10.
Very
Easy.
pretty game. Very
This
pretty
is a
game to look
beautiful
at.
game, and I've seen so much PC footage of this game too. Where I played this on Xbox One back in when it launched in 2018, and it's only gotten prettier and even better on PC and with all the graphical capabilities that the machines are capable of these days. But Arthur
Look at that
Morgan is a
screenshot.
fucking protagonist. If I ever saw one, he is awesome. His character is so cool. Nathan Drake would look up to Arthur Morgan. I'll tell you that much right now. He would be like, "Yes, sir. Si, patron. Yes, boss." This guy is the man. The man, the myth, the legend. Open world. This game is beautiful. This is Rockstar's last game, huh? They take their time, man. They cook when they make games. But this game, it has everything. It has dialogue. It has character development. It has an insane open world. You can go hunting. You can rob people. You can help people. You can gamble. You can tie people up, throw them in the back of your horse, and run into a train. You can rob the train. I mean, whatever your imagination in a Wild West setting prompts you to do, you could probably do in this game. And I think it's probably one of the best designed open worlds I've ever played, for sure. And I love the time period that it takes place in. I'm reading right here is, what is it, 1899?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, man.
The
Beautiful
Industrial
game.
Revolution.
Shout out. Shout out indeed. Anything you want to add to this before we move on?
Just pretty. I do plan to go back to it one day. I think.
Yeah, man. This is
I had it on an Xbox, so I don't think I want to play an Xbox. So
no, definitely. Now it's all about PC. All right, let's get into 15, dude. We're getting down to it. Let's slow roll it.
Is that the
God, this is a fucking banger. Have you played this, Randy?
I played a lot of it. I never beat it, but I put like this was the first PC game I bought.
This is one of the best games of all time. Just straight up to me.
Played like 40 hours
for
of
me
it.
personally, this is, oh my God, this might be a top 5 game, and I'd really have to think about it. It's up there for me for sure. I did everything you could do in this game. Every side quest, I discovered every location. I spent dozens and dozens of hours in this world, and it's just so fleshed out. Geralt is, I think, the coolest protagonist straight up out of anyone. I think he might be for me. He's got the long hair, I'm a fan of that. He doesn't have one sword, he's got fucking 2 swords. He's got a steel sword for slaying mortals and humans that are scumbags and fighting against normal mortal, and then he has a silver sword for fighting demons and vampires and celestial creatures that are weak to silver. And he's just so cool. He has insane personality. I love the voice actor that plays Geralt. Multiple romance options in the game. Multiple, just so many different quests. This game has the best side quests I've ever seen in games. A lot of games these days, there's a lot of fetch quests. You're running around, collect this, bring that. It's a bunch of markers on the map. You're just kind of chasing. You're doing the grind. And if the game's fun, that's fine. That's not a bad thing a lot of the time. But the side quests in this game are so fleshed out, and sometimes a side quest will just lead to multiple trajectories of different side quests and leads to discovery of different things. And I love The Witcher. This is one year I just really want to be Geralt for Halloween. I would love to have just a sick Witcher outfit. I don't know. I just love this character so much. You like having the Nathan Drake outfit? I want to be Geralt of Rivia, dude. This guy is the man. He's just so cool. The entire world is just amazing. Might have to do it. Oh man. Anything to add on this game? I mean, this game is pure bliss to me.
Nope, I had fun with it. It was definitely my first glimpse into PC gaming, so that always will hold a special place.
It's definitely daunting. I think that
it is
getting into a game like this is just like, holy shit, this is never going to end. And for me at the time, I didn't want it to end, but I can see how trying to go back and even palette this kind of game is going to be tough just because there's just such a massive scope. But Recently revealed The Witcher 4 is scheduled for release. I cannot wait to play that. That's gonna be so dope.
I think for me it was the opposite of like when I got this game. I think it was like 20 when I got my PC 2016. Before Breath of the Wild, I was very off put by open world games. I just thought they're too big, too much to do. Breath of the Wild definitely opened me up to like games like that. Like okay, and so I think
Breath
going
of
back
the
to
Wild, dude. Where is that game? That game has to be
now
on
I'm
here.
worried.
That might be top 3, dude. That might be number 1, dude.
You
I
think
don't
so?
know.
We haven't seen Double Series yet, so I'm worried that Zelda got stuck at 47.
There's no way they don't have that game. If they don't have Breath of the Wild and they have Link to the Past at 47, this list has already fucked itself in a lot of ways. But that would just be the later invalid.
If there's not another Zelda game in the next 14, I'm not posting this podcast.
And we might just have to scrap this entirely. All right, let's keep it moving. Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. I love you. I didn't even slow roll. I thought this was an ad. I was looking at the graphics. I thought it was just like a sticker. Street Fighter 2, 1991. I mean, it's not better than Witcher 3, but this is a special game for sure. I'm sure you've played this at some point.
Yeah, this game has been like remade like
a zillion times. Like Street Fighter is a huge game. Street Fighter is the game. That's the fighting game. Straight up. If you ask anybody, have you played a fighting game before? And it's going to be Street Fighter. Street Fighter, I think, is...
And it might be even Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2. It is Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 is that iconic arcade game that people would go to the arcade. You'd put your freaking quarter on the machine if you got next. If someone else... This game would be busy in the arcades. And I wasn't even really an arcade goer, but these games were always the games that had people at them whenever I did go to an arcade. And Street Fighter 2, there'd have to be multiple cabinets of this because it is an absolute... juggernaut of a series that it evolved, and it all started here.
Is it crazy these two characters are in Smash Brothers?
Ken is as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Probably is he like a reskin of Ryu, or is he his own character?
He's kind of a reskin. He has different moves, but
in Street Fighter also he pretty much has the same move set, but there's slight differences. Okay, that's cool. Shout out Ken. I always pick Ken. Ken's my dude. All right. Street Fighter 2, number 14. Let's slow roll. Where are we at? Is it Banjo next, Randy? Nope.
No.
It is Doom 1993, dude. All right, have you played this? Microsoft DOS. I have as well. Dude, this game is on everything. What were we talking about that was on? This is so many. Minecraft is on. So this might be on more things than Minecraft. I'm not even kidding. This game is this like the first person shooter? Or it has to be one of.
I mean, maybe,
it's one of the first ones.
Maybe actually.
I don't even know. I have to look that up at some point. But I mean, I haven't played this entirely through. I'll tell you that much. I haven't beat this game. My experience with Doom is just loading up that first level and just slaying the fuck out, kind of getting as far as I can until I die, and then that's it. I was never good enough to beat the whole game.
Actually, I played this game on Switch. I'm like, where did I play this at? They re-released this on Switch a while back.
That's crazy.
But, I mean, yeah. I think the Doom sequels are better, but...
You know what? I haven't played the sequels either, and I bought them. And I think I
never played, like, the new Dooms?
No, I have not. I think the 2016 Doom is supposed to be really good. I bought that on PS4. I remember buying that on Black Friday on PS4, I think. And I really rarely bought PS4 games. I don't know why I bought it on PS4, but I was with Chris, and we went to Best Buy, and I just decided to pick that up because it was on sale.
Those games are... great. I played Doom 2016 on Switch, loved it, and then I bought Doom Eternal on PC and played the whole game on my Steam Deck.
Nice.
So
yeah, that's definitely on the list.
That game runs great on Steam Deck.
Nice. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
All right, Doom number 13. We're almost breaking the top 10, but before that, we're going number 12. Here's World of Warcraft. Have you played this?
God. No.
I have not either. So that brings the total count of games that we have not played to 8. We're doing okay. We're doing okay, right? I mean, we're not too bad. World of Warcraft, dude. This is the first
4. Isn't it crazy? You can have a
feel.
character since 2004 and you just stacked all the way.
I wonder. I don't know the state of the servers. I wonder if the original version of World of Warcraft is still live. I know that they remade old servers. They had some legacy thing, and there was some big spike in gameplay engagement for World of Warcraft when they re-released the original World of Warcraft again. But yeah, I really don't have much to say about this because I don't know much about this game. This is completely passed me by through the years. I was definitely of age to play this when it released, and I definitely heard a lot of conversations about World of Warcraft, but I don't have a personal experience with it. But there is an appeal to that high fantasy, massive multiplayer online community that you can engage with, and just looting out and getting the best gear and just getting stronger. I mean, it has appeal, and I can certainly understand why it sucked a lot of people into its atmosphere. But
and I'm not gonna lie, this is a game I've thought about many times over the years. Like, I would try this out. I actually think I would like it, but just that it's just so daunting to get into. I have some friends that are really into it, and it's like, where do I even start? That's just a rabbit hole.
That's how I feel about Final Fantasy Online.
I was about to say
that would be the one I jump into before any of this stuff. But speaking of which, I haven't seen a single Final Fantasy game, dude. There's a lot of games that need to make an appearance here, and they have not yet, and I'm getting a little worried. I'm pretty sure there's probably more than 10 games that I for sure need to see. And
still no main Mario game. I mean, I guess I want them high.
Oh my gosh, let's see. Mario 64 has to be on here, brother. We'll see. Let's just see. Let's keep it going. Number 11.
Oh, there it is.
Halo Combat Evolved. I need a weapon. Shout out to the chief. That's my man right there. I guess Halo Combat Evolved. That's Halo 1. I would argue that Halo 2 is really that more iconic title, but I guess Halo 1 is the one that they went with. Halo is definitely a special series. I've played many hours of Halo, all of them, and I love Halo. I think that this is the first-person shooter that really put first-person shooters on the map for real. For me, I remember playing a lot of Halo 2 specifically. Halo 1, not as much. Was this
the first first-person shooter with dual sticks?
That's a good question. It might be. Yeah, the twin stick shooter style where it really kind of reimagined how you move. Dude, I'm still remembering GoldenEye 007. I don't know if that's on here, but I remember you would move forward with a single joystick, and then in order to you would turn. Yeah, you can only do this and back and forth with the joystick, and then you'd have to use the C to be able to just change your. You were just hip firing the whole time.
Yeah. When they re-released that on Switch a few years back, my friend, he was so excited because we used to play this when we were kids. He was so excited to go back to that game, and then he's all like, "Did it always control this bad?" I'm like, "Yep." we got used to it as kids, and we weren't introduced to the dual sticks yet.
Yeah, look, that's what it says. The first Halo revolutionized the idea of playing shooters on controllers instead of a mouse and keyboard, particularly in how it used 2 control sticks for aiming. The scheme that Halo created has been carried over to countless other games. So that's a good read, dude. That's huge, and that's still the way we play on controller today. Shout out aim assist.
Shout out to Halo.
Damn, yeah, Master Chief is the man. He's cool.
I wish he was in Smash.
There was a lot of speculation. I remember at the time that he might be. I thought that would have been cool too. Damn. All right. Shout out Master Chief. All right. I mean, Halo. I'm glad Halo's here because Halo is definitely one of those pinnacle games. I wonder if Gears of War is gonna be on here, dude. I don't know if that's definitely a top 10. That's definitely a top 50 game, dude. But yeah, now we're in the top 10. I mean, these have to all be bangers. If there's a game on this list that neither of us has played, it should not be there. Straight up.
Just thinking that.
I think if 8 is not the absolute total games of this list that we haven't played, that's not okay. All right, number 10. Oh no,
Metroid. Super Metroid.
Oh no, dude. No, this is number 10.
People love this game.
I know they do,
people
but
love
I don't give a fuck about this game at all.
I played this game, so I played it.
I've played a little bit of it, but I mean, I remember playing this as a kid, literally not really knowing what to do at all, and I was just like, all right, I'm out. This is kind of whack. That was my memory of this game, and I never went back to it. Never cared to play it again. It's just kind of, I mean, maybe I was just too young when I played it, and I just didn't care. But I know people love this game. I know it's a special game, and I'm not gonna sit here and talk down about it. But top 10, dude, I don't know about that.
I don't know. I would argue. Yeah, not for me either personally, but I know a lot of people who would put this in their top 10. So, I played it when I think I played it on Wii U, and I had fun. I haven't played it since.
I had fun.
I don't think it encapsulated me like I think people thought it would. I think Metroid Dread kind of did that more for me as a Metroid fan. But yeah, like I said, I just know people really love this game.
Oh my god! All right, well let's just move it on to number 9 because I don't have much else to say unless you have something else to add. But
nope.
We're slow rolling. We're in the single digits now, dude.
Why am I nervous?
I'm nervous too, dude. What do we? Oh my gosh, what is it? What is this, Randy?
It looks like No.
I think.
Oh, it's Skyrim.
Oh yeah.
Or
okay. This definitely belongs in the top 50. Okay. Do you have any memories of this game? Have you played this?
I played on Switch and PC.
I
played it on modded on PC, and
this was the first game I ever modded on PC, and I can't say that I modded a lot of games, but this was like the game to just completely change how it looked. I remember this is on like a shitty graphics card now too, looking from today's standards, but I remember doing a mod where it just made the water look real, and I was like, damn, this is peaky right here. I love this. And
I made my first mod of it because I saw it in a YouTube video. I changed the dragons to all Thomas the Trains. It was awesome.
Were they flying around?
Awesome. Yeah.
There's a big old train in the sky.
And when they shoot fire, you hear the train horn.
You know you're doomed when you hear the train, awesome. The whistle of the train is about to take you out.
This is a game I put like probably between the two versions over 100 hours in. I have never beaten this game in my life.
If this dragon wasn't in the photo and somebody told me that this is California, I might believe it right now. So I mean, shout out to everybody that's battling the having hardship with the Southern California fires. But man, if this dragon wasn't in the picture, it'd look like LA County.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah, but this game is a very special game. I remember when it came out 11/11/11. That was like a cool date, and I was like, oh man. And I remember just midnight popping that into the Xbox 360 and just playing. This game was I wonder how many centuries, if you accumulate all the hours that everyone's played this game, because this game is still played today. This game is the most recent Elder Scrolls
keeps being re-released.
Yeah, it's been re-released and re-released and re-released, and there's just been
PlayStation
probably thousands of years of hours stuck into this game between everybody. But I really love this game. This game, Elder Scrolls, has an amazing world to explore, and this game, coming off of Oblivion, which is Elder Scrolls 4, was just a step in the right direction across the board. The main character is a lot cooler. You get some cool abilities as the Dragonborn. The fact that there's dragons in the game at all is just so epic. I remember the first time a dragon kind of started flying over a city I was in, and everybody just started to panic, and it just felt like holy shit, and it was just kind of random, and it was almost. I think I remember saving the game at that point. I was like, oh my god, if I get killed right here, I'm gonna lose it. So I need to make sure I'm able to escape, and I was like just preparing because it was so daunting the fact that a dragon just appeared, and it was just nuts. But and I remember just slaying the dragon too for the first time because that was not easy to do. I was like, my first thought was also to try and fight and kill it. I got absolutely decimated because I was just a low level and I didn't really have powerful stuff at all. But no, this game is a special game for sure. Number 9. I mean, again, that wouldn't be my number 9, but this is definitely a game that should be on this list. And the fact that it's so high, I think, is a testament to how it's resonated with so many people. All right, Randy, you ready for 8?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's continue. Okay,
there it is.
We go. I was wondering where Final Fantasy VII was going to be. This is the Final Fantasy that for sure has to make the list because of how popular it is. Final Fantasy 8 is my favorite Final Fantasy. I'll just make that known right here and right now. But Final Fantasy 7 is dope.
Final Fantasy 9 is my favorite, so it's ironic.
Yeah, I like 9 better than
PS1
7.
game.
So shout out to Final Fantasy 9 is the shit also. Yeah, but this is a special game. I played this after Final Fantasy 8, which was kind of weird because you're going back, the graphics. I think that's the biggest thing for me for this game is I think the graphics are so whack. Like I don't like this. I like the battle when you're battling and how the characters go. Yeah, it looks awesome cool in the battle sequences. So I'm about that. But these something about these little look at his hand, dude. His hand is literally an hourglass. 2 hourglasses, stuck onto a figure. But I mean, I get it. This is a game came out in 1997. This is peak PlayStation 1. This is the game that put Final Fantasy on the map for sure. This game sold many millions of copies, and the story's incredible. Obviously, this Final Fantasy was remade in recent times and is still ongoing to complete the entire story. But the fact that this game released on 3 discs on the PlayStation was also kind of nuts back in the day. I remember getting the fat case, the fat CD case, and you open it up. It's 3 discs, dude. This is insane. But that, I mean, you can talk more about this game, but I think this game is a come up for sure. I love this game.
Yeah, I think kind of leaning back in that same way to me, I just enjoyed 9 more just because it's a little bit more updated and things flow a little bit better. I think 7 stories and characters always stood out to me. The game itself I think it's really hard to go back to in general. It's just the scaling in the game. I think people don't talk about enough. Is like it's really kind of weird. There's a bit of a part late in the game you have to start grinding a little because the game doesn't scale properly to you. But I think the characters and stories and the lore behind it is what made people realize and like kind of hold on to like I love Final Fantasy VII, and I think them remaking it into modern gameplay, modern graphics, I think amplifies like this is what they're taking what I like and then taking what I didn't like and making it better, to the point like sometimes I have to sit there like damn, do I really like maybe the remake trilogy more than 9? And who knows with the 3rd game coming out, it might come out like that. But I mean, it all started with 7, and between the characters, music, story, the music itself is also
definitely good,
amazing. Yeah, so
up to
yeah, I think it just this is where modern Final Fantasy kind of began. I think although shout out to 6 and 5 too, but.
Oh yeah, 6 is 6 is sick. I like 6 more. I don't know if
I would argue 6 is better than 7. No, I think 6 is better than 7.
It might be 6 is phenomenal.
Yeah, but
all right.
Yeah.
Shout out Final Fantasy. Shout out to my boy Cloud Strife. He's also one of the cooler Final Fantasy protagonists, in my opinion. All right, we're slow rolling. Oh yeah, I knew exactly what this is. Metal Gear Solid, brother. Metal fucking Gear Solid. This game. Okay, you haven't played this. I know you haven't played this. Okay.
No.
You freaking break it down for you scrubs who haven't played this game. Metal Gear Solid is probably the most started to define the stealth genre for a lot of people, and that's such a cool genre too because we have a lot of games where you run and gun, you're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and you can definitely go about this game like that too. This game has its share of running and gunning, but Solid Snake, one of the coolest protagonists. Again, this guy's right up there with Geralt in Witcher 3. If I didn't want to be Geralt, I'd want to be Snake. I remember I don't even know how old I was in 1988, but whatever. I remember wanting to rock a bandana because I thought it was so cool. I loved Solid Snake's pistol in this game, the SOCOM pistol. That's a real handgun. And I've actually looked into purchasing a SOCOM pistol, and I don't even know if we're able to get them here in California, but I just think it'd be so cool to have one of those because that's just such an iconic pistol. It just looks so dope. But the game, man, this game has an incredible cast of characters. The voice acting is incredible. You really start to see who Solid Snake is as a character and kind of how his story evolves over time and across many games. But it all started with Metal Gear Solid. This game is one of the best games of all time, 100%. This game, so I don't know what 6 through 1 is, but this game probably should be higher than what it is. This is another top 5 game for me, I think. this game just has. I have a lot of fond memories playing this game, and just some of the cool things that they did on the PlayStation, with how you control Snake is cool.
Damn,
also,
this game was a PlayStation exclusive.
yeah. Metal Gear Solid has been on PlayStation almost exclusively for a long time. Metal Gear Solid 4 is still only available to play on like PS3. There's no other way to play that game, I think, still to this day. And that game is fantastic. It's kind of a bummer that you can't play that game anywhere else. 'Cause I'd love to play that one again, actually. It's one of those games where it's just not very accessible. I think that they'll at some point remake it. I'm still waiting for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, to come out. I can't wait for that game to release, and my love for Metal Gear Solid started with this game, and I absolutely love the franchise, and I will play every Metal Gear release that releases till the end of time, easily and enthusiastically. All right, you ready for 6, Randy?
Mm-hmm.
All right, slow roll. This game has to be a banger, dude. This game has to be. What is it?
I don't know. Tomb Raider?
The fuck is this?
No. Is that Tomb Raider? No. Half-Life 2.
Half-Life 2. All right, have you played this game?
Nope. I literally told. I think was it
we
you?
did talk about this recently, didn't we? Okay.
I wanted to I wanted to play it, but I never. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that fascinates me about this game is not even the game itself, but that technically this does take place in the Portal universe. So, also,
how much of a shafting is it the fact that Portal isn't here yet?
Yeah, where's Portal?
Portal 2 should be on this list, not Portal 1, Portal 2. This is number 6. This game is an iconic game. I think you've probably heard the memes and seen some of the memes about Half-Life 3 coming out at some point. It's just kind of like an ongoing joke. Because look at it, it's been 21 years at this point. We still don't have a sequel. We still don't have a Half-Life 3. I haven't played this game all the way through. I have played a decent amount of it. This game was pretty sick to play on the PC when it released, and this is definitely an iconic game. I don't think this deserves to be in the top 10 at all for me personally. I would be happy to swap this out with number 47, A Link to the Past, and have that be number 6 and this be number 47. Or any of the sports games on this game, including Wii Sports, this game straight up. No, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I
wouldn't swap spaces.
I don't have anything to say.
I would just shift this back, I would say, to those points. But yeah, I don't have much to say about this other than it's.
I want to play it though. I kind of want to see what kind of once you told me that, I kind of realized it might just be hype as a meme.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger than itself at this point. I don't think anybody is going back.
I bought this game on Steam for a sale a long time ago for like 99 cents, and I got Half-Life 1, 2, and all the DLCs.
Yeah, I think I own that as well. I think there's like the orange box bundle. I don't even have it on my Steam. I just have games off the list that I've owned because it's just whatever. But
I forgot about the orange box. I have that on Xbox. So
then you have that. You have this game for sure.
I never played it.
All right, we're in top 5 territory now, boys and girls.
5.
What are we thinking here? Okay, you want to do some predictions here? I haven't seen the list, sure. But we haven't seen a definitive Mario game yet, which I have to imagine Mario 64 somewhere on here. There's no way it's not.
Do we think Breath of the Wild's in the top 5 or Tears of the Kingdom?
Oh my God, that has to be number 1, dude.
Breath of the Wild, Grand Theft Auto.
Tears of the Kingdom should be number 1, but if they're doing what they've been doing, they might go Breath of the Wild. But yeah, I would be fine with that game being number 1. Actually, we'll see.
Breath of the Wild, Grand Theft Auto. We haven't seen yet.
Oh yeah, no, there's been no GTAs.
No.
What would they go GTA 3?
Tetris, like you said.
Are they gonna do like 3 because that's the first like 3D version? I would imagine it has to be 5. 5's just too insane to exclude because of just how much. All right, let's just go. Okay, number 5. Let's see if we can look at the first pixel. Oh, is that a fucking sports game? Is that a helmet? No.
No, that's hair.
No.
Oh, Last of Us.
Oh yeah, dude, The Last of Us. I forgot. How did I forget about that game? This is one of the fucking best. This is the best single player game of all time,
As
bro.
my dog, my
The best
dog, my.
story. This is the best third person action game of all time, 1000%.
How did I forget when my dog Ellie is right here?
And The Last of Us Part 2 is better than this
again?
game, by the way. I'm just gonna say that straight up.
I agree.
Oh man, this is a 10 out of 10 game for sure. God damn, where do we start?
It's 11 out of 10.
Yeah, this is this. I don't even. I'm just like so. I don't even know where my mind's at. Where I didn't even think about this until we. I thought this guy's hair was. I thought this guy's hair was a fucking baseball hat, bro. I was about to lose my mind.
MLB The Show.
Yeah, no way. I was about to just force close Discord. Oh my god.
I remember when I was a kid, I was in high school. Like I said, when Uncharted 2 came, that really opened me up to this type of games. So I remember I wasn't really in the now of like gaming news like I am now. So I remember just seeing a trailer for this game, and the trailer starts with like from the makers of Uncharted, and I immediately like, oh,
I'm already in.
Yeah, so I remember picking up this game, going to the store. I rode my bike to GameStop, picked up this game, rode back. And I remember telling my sister, who she wasn't really a gamer, like she played games. She liked watching me play games though. And she liked watching me play Uncharted. So I told her, like, hey, I got this new game. Do you want to check it out? Little did she know it would change her life because this is her favorite game of all time. I played it and we just fell in love with it. The story just felt so real. And Uncharted has a good story, but it's not like
it ain't Last of Us.
Nowhere near like it ain't Last of Us. Like Last of Us is like there's feeling in it.
Yeah,
there's,
you
like,
love these
emotion.
characters. You're invested. These characters are just everything for sure. I was just gonna say I remember the freaking E3 trailer for this. I remember watching this. This was the finale of one of Sony's E3 press conferences. It must have been I don't know how many years in advance before the actual game came out that it got unveiled, but that trailer was special. I remember watching and it showed a pretty extensive stealth sequence and it just seemed like high tension, and that trailer left us like, holy shit, this is something special, and it did not disappoint when it released.
This game is, it's also really, for it being like a story driven game, and like it's really easy to go back and digest the story, and even the story itself, like, you know, this is the game. Literally yesterday, I went to dinner with my friend, and we literally talked about Last of Us because she's really into the show, which follows the same story. Yep. But the story is so easy to like just talk about, get an opinion about like the ending, or get an opinion like what would you do in this situation. Like it's so easy to digest, and you know, I love the game, but I'm so glad a show exists that people who don't play games can also digest it, and we can talk about it, and like, you know, kind of meet halfway in that. And I think The Last of Us is a special game. I mean, clearly it's special. They got a remaster, then they got a remake. I still haven't played
I bought this game every time too. I'm a sucker for this game. I have bought it more times than I've played it, and I've played it a lot. But it's I have The Last of Us Part 1 that I still have not played. I have it on my Steam, and that's another game that, you know, I know the game inside and out. I've played it many times already at this point, and I just look forward to playing it again in even better graphics on even better system, and it's just so good. But yeah, man.
Just, you know, The Last of Us in general just means so much, not just to me, but to my whole family, to the point where we have a dog named Ellie after Ellie from Last of Us.
And that's a good point that you made earlier. Like, I am also glad that the show exists because it's exposing someone to. It really is just saying that for those who think video games, that a good story can be. There's so many good stories in video games, but this is a perfect one to adapt to the screen. And I think that they did a great job with the show as well. So, I mean, if you haven't watched The Last of Us on HBO, I mean, what are you waiting for? That part 2 is coming out in a few months. Season 2, and I cannot freaking wait to see how people respond to that, because that's going to be. And I can't wait to just see how they go about it, because there's so many. I've already conceptualized so many ways they could play it out, and you know, they're going to flesh out more of you know, what you don't see in between both of the games. Are they going to jump right into it? I can't wait to see it, but. This game is phenomenal, and if you have not played The Last of Us, then you're missing out. Couldn't recommend this game.
Sorry, Last of Us, for forgetting about you.
I know. I know. It wasn't intentional. Trust me. I was just my brain's starting to rot after seeing some of the games on this list. All right. You ready for number 4, dude?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm scared. Slow rolling it.
Mario World.
Yes, dude. I thought it would be Mario 64, dude. This is the best Mario game, dude. I freaking love this game, dude. Funny enough, my mom played the hell out of this game, and she was so good at this game. I remember. This is the first video game. Okay, I'm gonna tell a story here now. Before, this is the first real video game I remember playing. I remember being in. I'm not even joking. I was in kindergarten in 1992, so this had already been out for a year at this point. And I remember getting picked up from kindergarten. I was 5, and my parents saying, "Oh, we're gonna go get a Super Nintendo today." And I don't know if maybe I played something before. I don't have any memories of video games before Super Mario World. This is my first video game memory, and I remember playing. We get the Super Nintendo, and it came with Super Mario World. That's the game that we had. It was the box game that came with the console. And dude, this game was everything. I remember playing so much of this. I remember, you find that in that first haunted house, you could find the secret level, the top secret level where you can just load up on a Yoshi and the multiple feathers if you want, or the fire flowers, whatever you want to do. We found that later too. We didn't find that in the beginning. I remember there's just so many paths you can find. And I remember we got through the most of the game, but there's so many paths and secrets that we don't have. I mean, nobody knows. I mean, I'm 5. I'm 5 years old. It's just like, I'm just going where I can go. And I remember just loving this game so much. This is the best Mario game. I've beaten this game more times than Mario has coins on this screenshot. More than 57 times. I'm not even kidding. This is a banger. I'm guessing this is on here to kind of really cement the fact that Mario games are the shit. But I mean, if I can't imagine Mario 64 being on this list now, but I mean, Mario 64 is also crazy sick. So I mean, oh man, what do you? I
mean, honestly, Mario could. I was gonna say, honestly, Mario probably could have taken up a few slots on this list between the Galaxy and even people.
You can make a top 10 of just Mario games, probably.
Yeah,
Mario 3, and that game's amazing too.
Mario Bros. 3, yeah. But Mario World, I never. Well, I have now, but back when I was a kid, I didn't play the SNES one. I played when they remade it on Game Boy Advance. And I remember I was really into Super Mario Bros. 2 as a kid. Well, the remake on Advance. And I was onto it. And my dad, when he used to have practice in a band at church, I would go with him and just kind of play Game Boy. And I remember one of the bandmates comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, you like games?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm playing Mario." Like, "Oh, you like Mario?" And I'm like, okay, we just had a conversation about it. And then the next time he came to practice, he gave me Mario World.
On Game Boy Advance?
Yeah, on Game Boy Advance. And I'm like, I'm like, what? He's like, I don't really play anymore. I'm trying to, get rid of, old stuff. I'm like, okay. And I remember just becoming enthralled with it.
What a treat, dude. Just gifted Mario World on the Game Boy Advance. Yeah. Just like, here you go. Shout out to that guy, man. What a come up. Yeah, that's sick.
Shout out to Nick. His name was Nick. I don't know. He doesn't go to our church anymore, but I'm sure my dad still talks to him.
That's just lifelong positive karma for sure.
Yeah. So I love this game. This game this is probably honestly the Mario game I beat in the most. Close to 64 probably. But it's so easy to pick it up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can pick it up, play any level. It's just maximum replayability.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you're the one who showed me that ghost house secret.
Yeah, dude, there's so many good little secrets. The Star World. I remember finding that was so special. Like, holy shit, what is this? There's Star World? And then you can go to the middle part of, like, the middle part of the star where you get the special levels, and those levels are insane. Those levels are hard. I remember the first one I couldn't beat for the longest time. I was like, I don't even know what to do. This is like...
When I was a kid, I want to shout out the world map. They've tried replicating this world map in a few Mario games since. Specifically New Super Mario Bros. U and Mario Wonder. Mario Wonder did pretty good at it.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, what's the recent game that they came out with? There is a top 10 of Mario games you can make. That there's so many good Mario games. Holy cow.
But they've never done the way the world map is in this game. Because in this game, I just loved how things just popped up. There might not look like there's like the forest. Like, it looks like it's just a straight path, but you start unlocking levels and it unlocks more of the forest. And then, okay, that's it. And then you unlock another level and you go to the side of the forest. This game, when I was a kid, I just legit thought it was never gonna end. Like levels just kept popping up. When I got to the Star World, I'm like, cool, this is the end game. And then I unlocked the Special World. I'm like, bro, there's more. Like it just felt like it never ended. So this definitely was a bang for your buck, and I didn't pay a buck for it. So, yeah. It's funny that this was your first game.
This is the first game that I remember. I don't know if it is or not because I think back to that day, and I had to have been, for my parents to tell me like, oh, we're gonna go get a Super Nintendo today. I feel like there are games before that because why would that matter? Why would that mean anything to me? You know what I mean? But this is my first like real like love story of a video game memory that I have for sure. And this game is that's why in my heart I say that this is the best Mario game because this is the one that really started my video game, my love of video games that exists to this day. And
see, that's the same. That's for me, but with Mario 64. Mario 64 was my first video game that I remember, and I think my parents they bought it off. They bought the N64 off somebody. I think one of their friends. And so it just came with a buttload of games, and Super Mario 64 was the one I popped in first, and I fell in love with that, and it's the reason I don't have my keys on me, but I have a Mario 64 N64 cartridge on my car keys. Like, it's just the game that cemented gaming for me. I just, these games are just perfectly crafted. And they have been since, except Mario Sunshine. And, yeah, so shout out to Mario.
Shout out to Mario. Dude, okay, before we move on, dude, I'm thinking, like, what? Okay. There's no Ocarina of Time? Is Ocarina of Time going to be on this list?
If we think Breath of the Wild's in the next 3, then no Ocarina of Time. That's crazy, an Ocarina of Time on this list.
Yeah, that is crazy. You have a fucking best video games list of all time, and you have NBA 2K11, and you don't have Ocarina of Time. Could you imagine? That? Because that might be the actual reality of it.
I think it's gonna be Grand Theft Auto.
It has to be Grand Theft Auto. That's what I was gonna say. So we haven't seen Grand Theft Auto. We haven't seen either Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. But I can't imagine not. For sure, they have to be on there. I feel like, but the third game, I don't know. Like,
well, you mentioned Tetris earlier. Tetris has to be on here, right?
Oh yeah, I don't know if they'll include Tetris, but I mean, Tetris is one of the greatest games of all time. Let's just fucking go.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay. Shout out GTA 5. We were just talking about this game.
PS3, 4, 5. 360.
This game's been remade more times than I can count, but this game, I think, is currently the most lucrative game of all time, hands down. This game has made Rockstar billions of dollars.
It's also being considered a historical game now because now this is really the only replication of LA you can get now that's not on fire. There's a lot of stuff in this game that exists that don't exist in real life anymore.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately. But people are posting clips online like, dang, like the only way to experience LA now is do this. It's just kind of interesting.
That is interesting. This game probably does deserve to be at this spot. This game is an absolute juggernaut. It's so iconic. Like I said, it's made so much money. It's, Grand Theft Auto 6 when that releases is going to be world changing. It's going to shake the world up, and that's because of the continued success of these Grand Theft Auto games. It really started with Grand Theft Auto 3, I feel. I've played all of them. I remember Grand Theft Auto 1 on the PlayStation. That game was fun, too. We would play that. My buddies and I would come over to my house on PlayStation, and we would play the shit out of that game, and it was just so much fun. Grand Theft Auto 2, we also played. Not as much as 1, because 1, we just, oh my God. I remember every time you'd crash a car and you'd blow up and say, wasted. And it was just funny, but we would just try to. It's funny because it's like a top-down game, and you'd be hauling so much ass in the car, but you can only see so much of the map in front of you. So you just gotta hope you don't like have a car that suddenly runs up into you and you just blow up because you're going too quick. But the games have just built on each other, and Grand Theft Auto 5 is the pinnacle of that slow build that really started with the 3D era, GTA 3. But man, Grand Theft Auto 5 is a juggernaut, and it's only going to get bigger from there. So, I mean, well-deserved. Shout out. I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
Yeah. No, I think we talked about. I mean, we kind of talked about this game a lot the last podcast, but yeah, this game was. I had fun playing this game, but I had more fun watching my friends play it or watching people play it in general. But I definitely think it deserves a spot. So many people I know play this game, still play this game, specifically the online mode, which I know makes a ton of money nowadays. But deservedly so. I think it's fun. Yeah.
All right. Are we ready for number 2? Holy shit. What are we getting into? We're slow rolling. Oh, you kind of called. That's crazy you called that. That was a deep reach. This I played the shit out of this version of Tetris. This is the Game Boy version. I remember this so much. My mom was a Tetris fiend as well. She was so good at this game. She would get to the levels that are beyond the levels that you could even access. I think in like 51, 52, you start getting to where the blocks are just you just got to be able to manipulate them really quickly. Newer iterations of Tetris are you get to store the block. I think that's really cool. That wasn't in this game. You just had to freaking get lucky and not get the shitty blocks in a row. But man, yeah, Tetris is pure gameplay bliss. This game is phenomenal. I think one of the best of all time for sure. I'm not mad that this is number 2. I don't know if I'd place it that high for myself, but this game is a banger.
Tetris, yeah, I think it deserves to be up here. I personally like Tetris Effect as the best Tetris game, but I mean, ideally, they're all kind of the same.
Oh yeah, no, the new Tetris game's awesome for sure. Tetris Effect, yeah, that's crazy. This game, I think, really is where it started. This is. I remember this being so high, but this is the reason the Game Boy sold so many.
I was about to say that
this game really put the Game Boy on the map, which is crazy because it's just a puzzle game, and the Game Boy had some great games, but. Man, the Game Boy came out in 1989. That's a trip too.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Game Boy, man.
Yeah, no, I personally love Tetris. That's a game that if anybody mentions Tetris, like, yeah, let's play. And usually the other person will say, let's play too. Like, it's a game that is universally loved.
Sure.
And it's a game I've noticed, like, showing people over the years. I love just showing off Tetris Effect to anybody I can. And it's a game that people play, and they just want to get better. Like, you have this urge of just, like, no, I can do better. No, let me do it again. No, I failed, but let me try again. Like, we had a New Year's thing at my house. And my sister's friend, she got addicted to Tetris. And 2 weeks prior, we went to a party, and she was there, and she was also addicted to Tetris. So, like, it's just this addiction. Like, once you get hooked, you're just hooked. So,
I feel like this would be such a clutch game to play on the phone. Like, it's just almost made for it. Vertical screen and everything, but the fact that it's touchscreen kind of fucks it up. But I mean,
yeah,
someone's got to figure that out.
I have
figure that out. On my
somebody, because you have emulators on your phone now. I have Tetris DS, which is people consider that to be the best Tetris game. I don't know if you ever played that one at all, but that one's fun. That one's basically it's Nintendo. I love it.
Yeah, I'll play any Tetris game. I feel right at home playing any of them, and I have not played that version, but there's no doubt in my mind that I would just be all about it.
Yeah. It has, like, it's a Nintendo theme, so, like, there's a Zelda level, and it's, like, Tetris music mixed with Zelda music, and Zelda sound effects. Yeah.
Banger of a song. That's another iconic part, is that theme. Oh, man. All right, Tetris.
Tetris, also the best-selling game of all time, but they're cheating because they can't be a Tetris game, which is weird, but whatever.
It's right up there with Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
All right. Number 1. It has to be the Zelda game, but let's see. Either Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild. I was like, what is that?
Not even a screenshot of the game?
Breath of the Wild. Actually, no, it should be Tears of the Kingdom, dude. But I understand this is the first one. I think Tears of the Kingdom is I'm going to just say this right now, is a strong argument for the best game of all time. That game is the shit. And this game is also the shit. So, well deserved. I mean, Link is at his best in these most recent open world iterations with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I loved playing in that world and just being Link and existing and being able to go in whatever direction I want. Epic journey to get the Master Sword and just continue to grow. I mean, what's to say? This game's amazing.
This game was a moment when I got it. Knowing for years, because this game took forever to be made, knowing for years that this game was going to be... I like how, look, in Breath of the Wild, it doesn't even mention the Wii U version.
This is a Switch launch title.
Dude. Yeah, it's a Switch launch title. But people who bought it, people bought Wii U's waiting for this game because it was supposed to come out on Wii U in 2014, and it just kept getting delayed to the point where, like, a new console came out. But that being said, no, we knew very early on in development that this game was gonna be open world, and that scared me because again, I was not the open world guy. But I know it. I knew it being Zelda. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be more open to this. I'm gonna be more invested. I'm not gonna be like when games throw all these like, oh, go collect this, go collect that. I get lost, like, oh, what? But now it's gonna be like, go collect rupees, go collect keys. Like, okay, well now I kind of understand. And then just kind of getting it. I remember so vividly just getting this game, popping it in, experience it for the first time, and I was hooked.
Me too.
And that part of my life was like, it was a very transitional part of my life where I dropped a lot of friends. I was getting I got a new position at my job, so like it was a very rough time for me. And Breath of the Wild just kind of helped me push through, and I just loved it so much. But not only that, I love it for that reason. I still argue to this day that this game is an okay Zelda game because it definitely backs up and tries to appeal to the masses, which is fine because of that. I really appreciate about this game is this puts Zelda on the map. Zelda was always popular, but more to the core video game audience. But it was never it never sold gangbusters, and it never once the game came out, people talked about it, and then people moved on. This game got so many of my friends, so many people that I know, into Zelda. So many, my friends have kids and they want the new Zelda. That's just something that wasn't really apparent to me back when I was a kid playing Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword. It felt like Zelda was everywhere to the point Zelda Breath of the Wild outsold Mario Odyssey on Switch, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, you would think the Mario game would be just the name brand or everybody's picking up. But yeah, this game was the hype game leading into the Switch launch. And I just remember being so excited for Switch because this was the game that I'd be able to play. It's still it's probably the best game on that console. The sequel. And I can't wait to get another one like that. I need another big Zelda game like that. I don't know where they'd take
we talked about. Man. I was gonna say, we talked about. I forgot what we talked about earlier, but I don't know or Smash Brothers. I don't know where you go from here.
Well, I mean, that's what I feel like that's what I thought about this game, and then Tears of the Kingdom came out, and it blew my mind. I will not bet against them, but now it's what can you do now? Yeah. Now we're gonna go to a different dimension or something.
That's what I'm saying. You have to go to underworld.
There's gonna be 5 layers now. You got the sky, you got the stratosphere, you got the regular Hyrule, you got the underworld, and then you're gonna have some layer below that where you're gonna fight freaking Hell Ganon or something. But man, I don't know I really don't know where you go from here. But I mean, the people at Nintendo are absolute masters at what they do, and I can't wait to see what they cook up next. I'll play every Zelda that releases forever, and I'll love it.
This game, in my this is a personal problem type thing. But this game set the bar so high for me, in this, game quality. It kind of ruined other games for me. If I'm playing an open world game and I can't climb the mountain, I'm out. I just lost interest. I lost interest immediately. This game lets you do so much freedom. And this game, what's really fun about this game. I had a lot of people back in the day. Obviously, people were coming over just to see the Switch. They want to see it in action. And they're watching me play this game. And what I love about this game is the solution is just well, what do you think the solution is? It's probably the solution. And what I mean by that is the game does such a good job at just following the rules of physics and life, and just you're walking in. The fact that this game has a temperature gauge of your body temperature is insane to me. That's such an extra element, but they use it so well. That's an element. If you told me that 10 years ago, I'm like, dude, that's so extra. Why would they? That just seems inconvenient to
Yeah, I kind of didn't like that part. I don't like being too cold, but I mean, it is a cool addition to the game and just how it's presented, where you're existing in a real place, and
and you use that, and
creative.
if you walk into the shade, the temperature goes down. If you go in a cave, the temperature goes little stuff like that. You notice it, and I remember when, my mom and dad would be watching me, and I'll be telling I'll take off my armor, and they're all like, "Why are you taking it off?" And I'm like, because it's a lightning storm. Metal attracts electricity, and I get shocked. And they look at me like, "What?"
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. I definitely didn't think. I was like, "Is that why I'm getting zapped out of nowhere?" I mean, it makes sense after you know the gimmick, but it's funny because that is like I didn't know that just like off rip. You know, it was one of those like, "Oh man, let me just go." Walking through the rainstorm, getting zapped. Yeah, the little lightning. I see the lightning kind of attracting around the armor. Like, what does this mean? And then obviously it makes sense, but
yeah, one of my favorite quotes from the pre-release of this game was like they're showing off the game and the developers are riding a horse, and their whole gimmick, their whole shtick, the whole point they're trying to make was like the whole time they were talking, they weren't touching the controller, and the horse was kind of just going by himself, and they're all like, "You probably noticed the horse hasn't hit a tree." Well, that's because normal horses don't hit trees.
Nice.
And you're like, yeah, but like people don't program that in their games, and like it's just so many little touches like that in this game that just make the game so appealing and so fun to watch. And I've watched, not even kidding, like probably like 25 Let's Plays of this game, and everybody's stories is different. The best part about this game when it launched was just talking to people like, "Oh, so which dungeon did you do first?" Like, "I went to the desert." Like, "Oh, why'd you go to the desert first?" "I went to that last." Like, everybody had their order, everybody had their story. It was such a special time.
I love that. I love the freedom of the order you can choose can be different from somebody else's. It's not so linear. You can really just go off in any direction. And that's really the cool part about open world games in general. But it's also not having specific guidance is something sometimes always what throws people off. But I think it's so fun to live in this world that's never really a detriment. The exploration is amazing and it's a lot of fun. And honestly, I'm telling you, dude, Elden Ring feels like this game, but just on a bigger and more mature scale. Not that it's better. I mean, this game is incredible. So is Tears of the Kingdom, but Elden Ring's up there, man. They're right here for me. They're right next to each other. You would like
46.
You gotta check it out, brother.
Yeah, no, I will. I'm telling you, Switch 2. Switch 2, baby.
Switch 2, baby.
Also, I really, if Switch 2 gets a 4K 60 FPS update for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I'm immediately replaying those.
There is 0% that the Switch 2 is going to play in 4K.
It's going to play in 4K. Did you see the motherboard got leaked? I'll bet you.
Did I see what?
The motherboard got leaked.
No, so you're saying that the screen is going to be a 4K screen on like what you hold, or you're just saying that it outputs to a 4K screen?
When it's docked.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
So then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I don't doubt that. Then.
Well, okay. I should backtrack. Apparently, it's gonna be like the DLSS fake 4K.
Honestly, it looks good and it feels good. It's not DLSS is incredible. I can't wait for more things to take advantage of that. I'm gonna be stoked.
Yeah, so it's doing that. It's not actually. I guess it's not actually outputting the 4K, but it looks like 4K. So I don't know how that works. That's a topic for another day. Shout out to Breath of the Wild. Good number one. This list definitely questionable in a lot of spots.
Yeah, there's definitely some holes in this, but there's some. They nailed some parts of it. I think that they didn't do a bad job by any means for number one. Actually, the top five I thought were very solid. We got Breath of the Wild, Tetris, GTA 5, Mario World, and The Last of Us. Yeah, that's a very solid top five. Shout out.
Can't wait to tell my sister that Mario beat Last of Us.
Thank God.
Alrighty.
All right, I think that's a wrap, right?
Yep.
Been a pleasure.
Yeah, so thank you for letting us ranting about 50 games. 48 if we don't count those sport games, because I don't want to count them.
I know. 42 games we knew. 42 out of 50.
Yes. Not bad, not too shabby. See, we're gamers.
You do all right. I think we had a good mix of what I've played versus what you've played, and we were able to touch on most of it, I thought, which was really cool. So, thank you.
All right. Well, until next time, adios.
See you, everybody.